The sky so high, for the first time in my life, I dream of a lonely sky. I dream I love lonely sky. I dream I love lonely sky. I soar up, lifting me so high. Through the wind and rain, through the stormy change, I began my dance with the wind, and it was uplifting. And then a storm came, and my will began to rain, and I almost fell to the ground. So I must learn to fly, open my wings and light, flat my heart deep inside. No more will I fall, I will glide amongst the stars. I will learn to fly, will learn to fly. So I begin to dance again. The journey has not come to an end, and I sit on a branch, waiting for my last dance. It will never end. So I take my last leap, and I hold to my feet, and I open my wings, and then I fly so high into the sky. With the song in my heart and the dance in my feet, I can't believe I'm flying free. And I show you who I am, gliding on the wind. Show me who you are, and I'll show you my feet. And I open my wings, and then I fly so high into the sky. With the song in my heart and the dance in my feet, I can't believe I'm flying free. And I show you who I am, gliding on the wind. Show me who you are, and I'll show you my lucky star. For I open my wings, and I dance in the sea. Here I am for you to bring. So I must learn to fly, open my wings. Oh, hey, oh, hey. Ah, oh, yeah, oh, 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 hey, oh, hey. Ah, oh, hey, ah, oh, hey. Oh, hey, ah, oh, hey. Ah, oh, hey, ah, oh, hey. Oh, hey, oh, hey. Oh, hey, oh, hey. Oh, hey, oh, hey. Oh, hey, oh, hey. a father breathes deep in the lungs. As we travel abroad, for board we all know what must be done. So we down all our hate and our anger and rage to kind. So we let our head out with the scream of our breath. No more fear deep inside. No more fear of politics. No more fear of religious twits. No more fear of woman or man. No more fear throughout the land. My soul and heart now bleeds with blood, and my travels are not yet done. So I paint the world in red. Now I have this world to spread. No more fear deep inside. No more fear of politics. No more fear of religious twits. No more fear of woman or man. No more fear throughout the land. As dark it grows closer and the dark is the night, sweeping my mind into my very own night. Nightmares are there, but possibilities are found. No more fear deep in.
Whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom, I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain. Unseen whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom, I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain.
And good morning, my beautiful stars. Happy Monday to all of you out there. Welcome on in. Welcome. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope you're all having a fabulous week. So far, so good. I want to let you know I will not be here tomorrow. I have a medical appointment in the morning, so you will not see me tomorrow. I have to go take care of me that day. I've got some kidney stuff that I got to go check out, so I will not be here tomorrow, guys, just so you know, but I will be here Thursday and Friday, okay? So, just letting you know that what's going on, keeping you guys up to date. You know, I've had kidney disease for a long time now. I'm at stage 3 kidney disease right now, and my kidneys are not performing as well. I am trying to avoid dialysis. I will not go through it. If I'm told I have to go through dialysis or die, I will say, bring it on, because I'm not going through that shit. Okay, I'm not going to put myself through that stuff. So, you know, and you know, sometimes you gotta say to yourself, hey, what am I willing to put up with? You know, in my post this morning, sometimes we've got to walk through it. Maybe somewhere in the future when it gets a little bit more, I have to have it, maybe then, but until it's a bare ass last stitch effort, I won't do it. You know what I'm saying? But there are things that we all have our personal opinions about what we want to do with our bodies and stuff like that. And I know that there's a lot of debate out there right now about who's right and who's wrong, and I don't give a flying fuck who's right and who's wrong, okay? You know what I care about? I care that we can come together as a people, and that's what I need to know and kind of explain. So, I will see what the cards have to say to you, Sanctuary. Let me catch up with you here a little bit so that I can see what you wrote. She hasn't replied yet, and it has not been seen either. I have followed up with a different application. She has yet to seen that yet either. LOL. TBF, I sent it at 4 a.m. Okay. Okay, let's see what they got to say. Cleansing shuffle there, Sanctuary. Let's just get right into it. No pussyfooting around. No pussy downing. You know, getting this done. We're gonna figure it out. Cleansing shuffle first of all, of course. Autofocus isn't working that best today, guys. Let me see if I can clean off the lens a little bit. Give me a second. Wait. I'm waiting. I'm still gonna do a cleansing shuffle either way, but I'm just going to clean this off here. See if that helps. Okay, now I have to fucking get this right now. Come on now. Focus. Focus, camera, focus. Come back to focus. Okay, what the hell?
Maybe it's just the glare from the sunlight.
Yeah, I'm just fixing my camera. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Alright, so I'm waiting now, Sanctuary. Alright. I'm still going to do my cleanse, though. That doesn't change. So I'm just shuffling the cards until you tell me. Okay. So what do you want to know about all of this, though, Saint? You know, I kind of understand what's going on now. What do you want to know? What do you want the cards to tell you? Okay. And 7 and 34 still your numbers? Okay.
So are you having a nice roast?
Trying to get my microphone as close as I can. Okay, so I understand. All right, so Oh, they should just keep them here. Okay, so 7 and 34. Here are your 7 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 God cards, and 7. You got 1, 2, 3 God cards for you. And now is the time for the 34. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, and the 34th card is now on top. Let's see what the guys have to say today. You want to know if she will read the message and how she will respond and all of this stuff here. And you want to know about, how long it's going to take for her. You know she's going to look at that message sometime today, okay? That much, I mean, she's from what my guys are saying, I think it's getting a little real for her. When you actually have to start to own up to, is this something we want to have and bring us closer together? It's becoming a little bit real for her, okay? So what she's deciding now is if she can love you and cherish you for who you are, as you are now. Can she give you what you need? Can she give you what you desire? Can she cherish you and look at you every single day as if you were the best thing ever? I think if you would have heard a strong definitive yes by now if that were the case. So that means we have to learn how to cherish one another. We have to learn how to give that back in return. Me and my wife, before our wedding day, we had to learn how to communicate better. We had to learn how to open up in ways we never had opened up before. We had to tell each other the truth, the honest truth of what we were working on and working through. And now it's becoming real. So the thing that's right in front of your face, you don't want to believe it, because the good thing that finally came into your life that could make your life better, you just can't believe you honestly got that. And so it's kind of muddling in her mind a little bit between, I don't want to lose my friend, but I'm not sure how I feel at this moment and how I can now respond in a way that doesn't hurt your feelings, but still gives you credence of your feelings. I don't know if she's going to want to date you or be with you right away. She might have to get used to the idea. She's got to lower those boundaries down, okay? And that protection boundary that's going on for her right now, that sleek card that pops up here, it means that right now her bubble is thick. She's trying to protect herself from harm or hurt or hurting someone she loves or hurting herself because she doesn't want it to go to shit and then you become not friends anymore and all of that stuff that could come along with that. You know what I'm saying? So she's deciding to protect herself a little bit here and understand that she doesn't quite understand if she wants to lower that shield to let you in or not. You know what I'm saying? Fully, completely in. Like I said, when you finally meet up, or if you finally do meet up, you will be surprised by whatever is revealed to you. And I don't want that to be a bad thing for you, but I don't think she's going to be exactly what you hoped for, and I don't think it's in a positive way all of the time. Part of my brain wants to go the positive path, and part of my brain says, trust in it and give into it a little bit. But still, these boundaries are what's standing in the way. That's what's causing the issue right now. That's why she's not responding right now. She's trying to find a way to soften the blow, I think. Because the extinguish card pops up to tell us to put out the old fires. So she's got to put out some fires still. She's got to put out the fires of the she has to understand that the fire of friendship will end, but a new friendship will begin. A best friend and a lover will begin. A best friend and a mate will begin. A best friend and that kind of life will begin. But the old way you used to have will be definitive end. It will never be the same after that point. And I don't know if she wants that change yet. She's still worried about the other fires that are going to come back to haunt her and ruin it for her in whatever way she sees, you know? So I think that this extinguish card is basically saying, I don't know if you're one of those fires or not. She's trying to decide whether or not she needs to put out this fire and say, I'm sorry, I like you, but I like you as my friend, and that's all I like you as, you know? But the glow card is the reason you're going through this, or the reason that this is happening right now, is to show you how brave you needed to be, how you needed to overcome some things yourself. It's to prove to you that you are capable of this and can do this, okay? So the universe is trying to show you that you are capable of finding love, even if it is not with this one. And it may take more time, and it may take more patience. It might take you both realizing you're the best thing that could ever happen for one another. Taking down those shields so that we can see each other truly how we are, and not hide behind screens or anything anymore. Now we must extinguish those old flames so they don't carry into the relationship or anything we want to bring with us. And that's kind of a hard thing to come to terms with. She doesn't want to make you feel sad inside. She doesn't want to make you feel less of yourself. She wants to make you feel empowered and loved, because she will always be your friend. You know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to get the sense that from my guys are saying basically lower your expectations, because your expectations are way too high for this girl right now. You have to lower it down to a more manageable level for her. Maybe give her some time. Say, maybe I surprised you with all of this, and I understand you have to take some time to think about it. But I'm putting my heart on the line here, and all I'm asking for is a response. If you want to give this a try, I would love to give it a try. I would love to come and see you and have an actual date with you. I'm willing to do that to find out if this could be a connection. She has to be okay with that, though. That means revealing herself to you fully and completely. And that's a vulnerable spot for people to be. So how does she bring you up and make you feel good about everything as well, but at the same time try to keep the friendship, is what I'm feeling right now? But she wants to make you feel like you have learned and become a better person because of this. And she's not going to be cruel or mean or anything like that about it. She's going to be very, very tactful, I think, about this, you know. But it's going to, whatever she tells you will bring you some uplifting joy. Maybe that's her saying, let's give it a try. Maybe that's her saying, can we just keep the friendship we have and let that be enough of a relationship for us? You know? So just be okay with either or, because I'm kind of feeling she's still deciding between whether she wants to give it a shot or not. And she has her own issues and problems too she's working through. So understand that as well. That most of this is her working through her own issue. She doesn't realize you could be the best thing that could happen to her, yada yada. She doesn't realize that if she brought down her shields, she would see that you are the one that needs to be part of her life. But she still has to let go of those old things that kept her from happiness before. And that's the hardest thing for anyone to accept, when you have to let go of the old life to accept a new life can begin. And that's what their cards are saying, and that's what my guys are saying now. You know? Especially when they thought you'd get a response by now, on the date by now. So, you know? And then we've got your God cards. I always promise to tell you the truth here, Technology and Sergeant Technology. And it is going to be about some information that you needed to hear today as well. Because don't be angry at yourself for trying. Don't be angry at yourself for not being enough. If it comes down to the best case scenario is that you remain friends and and nothing really changes other than the fact that you have to move your heart away from loving her and loving her as a friend. And that might be the hard thing for you to come to terms with a little bit. So you might have to say, no matter what happens, I can't get angry for what she chooses to do and what I choose to do, because I know there's going to be a tiny bit of a heartbreak there, and maybe there's some anger and some stuff that's going on inside of you, or some things that are going inside of you, not that you're not doing the work that you need, but maybe there's a little bit more left on that plate she doesn't know how to deal with, and she doesn't know how to get past her own fears and anxieties too. And this card is basically telling me that whatever it is that has to be let go of, it has to be let go of in a physical way. Like, I have to let this out, paint it, punch it out, some way that's healthy for you to do, not a unhealthy way, where abuse or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she's that kind of a person anyway, and this is your moment to remind yourself how beautiful you truly are, because it is going to be that moment for you to truly understand just how beautiful you are and what a catch you are. And I hope she sees it. I hope she picks you out of that ground and carries you the rest of the way. That way you can finally celebrate life again. But no matter what, you are a beautiful flower. You were born to be a beautiful flower, and you will remain a beautiful flower. So that's all you need to remind yourself if it is the worst of the worst. And that's the worst. That's the worst case scenario, is you stay friends. Best case scenario, yeah, basically. And you might have to give her a little bit more time, but there is that celebration cartoon. That's a celebration of life. Celebration of everything we've been through up to this point. Celebrate the things we have done together and celebrate the moments we have had together. Maybe that can carry into something more, but I don't know if she understands how she feels right now. She's trying to kind of decide between a lot of different things from what they're saying, but for you, from what your gods are saying, is celebrate your life, though. Don't let this stop you in your tracks, even if you have to enter that cauldron of change, because there is going to be that moment where you have to light that cauldron together, and then you may celebrate together. But it's going to take some time for you to come together and find the right people to help support you in this. And maybe she's talking to her girlfriends about this, or maybe she's talking to somebody else about this, so she can make sure she understands how she actually feels. Because, like I said, it's the surprise of it all a little bit, that you finally said it. You know what I'm saying? Well, and like I said, with what you just wrote there, I think that's healthy, because then you're giving her time, you're giving yourself time and space to prepare for whatever is to come. And from what I'm hearing, it's still up in the air. It hasn't been really made up yet. So I don't want to say that you have no chance at all. I'm just saying that right now what I'm seeing in the timeline is she's gearing towards being your friend and not hurting your feelings, kind of a way. That's what I'm feeling the strongest at this moment. But that could change. You know what I'm saying? After she reads the messages, or after all of that stuff, could change things. So you have to wait for her to see that in order to have the information she needs to make a better choice. So it's a waiting game. Unfortunately, I don't have a timeline on when she's going to answer you back. I hope it's within the next couple of days. But, it's one of those things where they're not giving me the timeline for it, so I can't tell you. So, they're just saying that things have to happen the way naturally. They have to happen in the moment, in the time. Things are going to change because of what you say and because of how you say it and blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? You get me. I know you do. So, I don't know if that's your answer for right now. And like I said, I don't think you're losing a friend or anything out over this, unless you make it a big deal for some reason. But, like I said, at the worst case scenarios, you stay friends. Best case scenario is you try dating and see how it goes. And she's deciding which path she wants to choose right now. Does she want to stay in the same comfort zone, or does she want to give and risk something? You know what I'm saying? You risked something. You were willing to risk something. Now she's got to be willing to give it back. She's got to choose you. You know what I'm saying? EP boy to the reading room. EP boy to the reading room. It is your turn for your reading, my friend. EP boy to the reading room. EP boy. And I think you know her well enough to know her decision-making process. And I kind of think you understand that she does, when it's a big decision, she takes some time to really consider everything before she makes a choice. I think you kind of know that about her. So just remind yourself that she's just kind of, Oh! I knew it was coming. I told you to sit back and just watch. So what do you need to know today, EP? Guess who got fired? Well, I'm guessing the person that you weren't getting along with, but tell me if I'm right. The person who was causing you so much trouble got ousted, right? Oh, you got fired. You got fired. Oh. Okay, I did. Wow. That kind of surprised me a little bit there. I'm not going to lie. See, every once in a while, I get proven that sometimes I don't know everything, and they don't always tell me everything either. So I'm so sorry you lost your job. But I kind of think it's for the best, honestly. Don't you? Wait till they understand just how much you did do. Okay. Well, let's try to see if we can let the guys help you figure this out, okay? So exactly. So let's get back to a healthy mindset so that we can walk in with a fresh new perspective, a fresh new way of doing things, right? Jing, thank you for the subscription, being a 7-month tier subscriber. Thank you for coming on in and subscribing. I appreciate that so much, Jing. Welcome on in, young lady. So, give me your numbers and what do you honestly want to know? You're next on the list. So, okay, I got your numbers. And thank you for the lovely donation. I appreciate that. I don't know if you heard me the other day or not, but thank you for that. Okay, they like them here. So here we go. Whenever you're ready, I just kind of want to understand, going back here. So what do you want to know about? Okay, we want to know about what we can do, right? So here we go. Get us back on the mic chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 8. You have a 1 God card message for you today. And the 18th card. How to get you back on the healthy mindset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I believe it was 18. So 8 and 18, right? All right, so we got the 8 shuffles and the 18th card. Let's see what Spirit has to tell you about that. And how to get back on that healthy mindset. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing so far. Yes. Okay, now they're getting me more of a download here. This one's going to be important for you. So, EP, let's talk about it for a second. We all have anxieties and fears. I don't care who you are, we all have them. So you're no different than anybody else in this world, really, you know? Right, you know? I see what you're saying here, right? And I want to read what you said, so give me a second. They are stuck up and don't react to everyone, referring to me, correcting, being misgendered. I wonder if they think it's the same as demanding a guy with a broken leg to run a marathon. Right. Right, you know? So, but that's okay. That's what they think of you, okay? This is not what you need to be thinking of yourself, okay? These are the thoughts that we have to get rid of here. I deal with anxiety. I deal with depression. I deal with mental illness on a daily fucking basis. So I can definitely talk to you about this. Don't ever apologize. You never have to apologize for telling me what your truth is here. Ever. Okay? And you need to start to realize, my friend, that the thing you need to do the most right now, and we're going to get into the reading part now, okay? Because I don't like this negative thinking we're doing right now, okay? It was a job. It was a job that people didn't appreciate you at. It was a job where people didn't see how much hard work you were putting in. They let the emotional and the drama of it all, and they were just looking for an excuse to get you out of there so they could go back to doing the things that they knew they wanted. They didn't want the catalyst there anymore. They got rid of the catalyst of change that could have maybe helped them, but they didn't understand that because they honestly couldn't see you, right? You have so much more potential than this EP. So much more potential. It's time to embrace all of you, the good, the bad, the unimaginable, and love that part of you so much. I use my anxieties to my advantage. You know how I use my anxieties to my advantage? It teaches me how to push through. It teaches me how to overcome. It teaches me how to endure sometimes. And my depression, it teaches me how to keep that positive mindset, to keep it every day. I didn't just start saying today would be my best day ever. I could have said that a long time ago. I could have had the life I wanted earlier, but I was so stubborn by my own bullshit that I needed to leave in the trash my anxiety, my fear, my everything that wasn't what I wanted and what would make me happy anymore. I had to say, I am emptying it all out. I had to get rid of every last thing I could think of. I had to empty myself completely. And then I went and got mental help. And then I went and got physical help. And then I started working on my spiritual self, the PMS of life, that physical, mental, and spiritual I always tell you about here. But you are the person who needs to embrace self first. And no matter what anyone does or says, you know who you are. You know what you bring to the table. They couldn't see it. That's their problem, not yours. You have to start to listen to that ancient knowledge. I know some people can't afford therapy. I understand. I'm in the United States. We have insurance. I am on assistance. I am getting my bills paid by my government because of I qualify for disability in my country. I know that's not all available for everybody. But that $80 is an investment on your peace, an investment on your happiness, an investment on you feeling better about who you are. And you could find something that you are giving your money to right now that could fill that gap. that you don't need to be spending your money on. Your extra coffees, your little meals at McDonald's, your going out to eat and going out to the movie for a while and fix self for a while. You could do that, but you have the knowledge that you need. You have everything you need. This knowledge that you've gotten, the life that you've lived has been providing you the answers. Don't you see that? Don't you see how they have been literally trying to make you understand this? I understand. Like I said, I'm not telling you to go get therapy here. I'm telling you it's an option, okay? So, you know, I had to make sacrifices too. We were in debt for 7 years. We were behind by 3 paychecks for 7 years before I finally got enough money to start to actually live a more positive life. And that happened this year, not the year I fixed everything. You know? So I understand that affordability is an issue. Let's take that off of the table. There are a lot of people out there who can give you that what you need. It's just you need someone to tell your story to be able to give your voice to let it all out, to be able to talk to someone about this stuff and maybe get some advice that's a little bit more professional than I can offer here, because I can't offer the services that someone like that could. I don't think you need it. I think it's an option if you felt like it got to a point where you had to do something and you had to change it. You know what I'm saying? You know? Well, and that's it. So now we have to turn our disabilities into our advantages. Okay? We have to turn our disabilities to our advantages. I've learned how to do this my whole life because I grew up with special people, with people who had to deal with it every single day. And you can start to build that support system. I'm one part of your support system. One part of it. Okay? You have other people who do support you. Those are the people we need to bring into your life and get you closer to, okay? You have a support system, you just haven't gathered them up yet. That's it. You know that ancient knowledge that has been spoken to you. That the reason you're going through this right now is you're trying to cross your destiny line. You're trying to cross that line that moves you from the life you thought you deserved to the life that you are meant to have. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing stopping you is to let go of all of it. I mean, literally today, it's time to let it go. I will not let my sadness ruin my life anymore. I will not let my anxieties ruin my life anymore. I will make a choice to be happy no matter what. Even if that means other people don't like what I'm doing. Even if that means they don't understand it. But Hermes is all about the messages, right? Hermes is about the messages of God, but he's not just the messenger of God, you know? He's also he's the God of communication. He's the God of travel. He's the God of that connection between two worlds, between man and us. He is the deliverer of our messages. When we pray, it's Hermes who delivers those messages. You know? When we give our heart and our soul to everything we are doing, I wish I could. You'll have to come back and watch the VOD and then write it down for yourself, because I want you to take notes for yourself, because this is what you need to do, EP. You want the cure? Do you want the fix? Are you ready for the honest fix? Are you? Are you ready for this to be the last day you feel like this or not? Because we're still working on it here, but hey, we have to find a new way forward, okay, EP? We can't keep going after everything honey badger all of the time. We know we want to meet certain goals. We know we want to get to the end of the path as fast as we can. And that's what has to stop. Don't pity yourself. Look in your mirror and say, I'm proud of what you've made it through. Look at how much I've survived. Look at how much I've overcome. Look at how much life threw at me, and I'm still standing here. Through my pain, I created art. Through my sorrow, I created poetry. Through my hope, I wrote stories. Through my creativeness of creating things for other people, I sent my heart and soul into those things. For every song I write, for every creative thing I do, it's a way for me to let it all out. To let it out in a way that's healthy for me to do. That's my way of dealing with my issue. When I have an issue, I take a little bit of the honey badger approach, and I take a little bit of the goal setting approach. I call it the unseen path, because you have to start to make a plan. What steps do you need to take to get to that life you see as the beautiful life you want to have? What do you have to do to get that? And if that means letting go of friends, if that means letting go of family, if that means letting go of people in your life who have been holding you back, who have been keeping you trapped in the same old comfortability box you've been in for a while, well, maybe it's time that you realize that's not the way you want to live life anymore, and it's time to walk out of that cage and really start to live life. To find a new way forward, to cut through the bullshit that you know you can do. Why? What causes the anxiety? What drives you forward? What are my triggers? Just use me for an example, okay? My triggers. When someone tells me something about me that is a little bit more confrontational and emotional, I tend to react very, very quickly. I'm a fast reactor. So I react out of emotion first, and then I come back to a place of logic second. Even though I'm more of a logical person when my emotions aren't ramped up beyond I can't handle. And I have those moments when I have that I can't move feeling and I don't know what to do feeling. And if I can either sit there and stay in that, or I can move out of that. You know? And we know the bullshit that keeps getting in our way of our happiness. It's not what life has done to us, it's that we haven't tried enough to overcome those things and not let them be a part of our story anymore. We're not sad about what we can't have been through. We're sad about what we aren't doing now to fix it. But fear and failure are lessons. It's a part of the unseen path, because that's a part of the hard path. Learning to overcome every branch, every fear. And that's what we have to start to try to understand. So, what do you like about yourself? What do you and feel proud of? What do you want to work on and change? What do you want to become? You got the being card. That means you can become the person you say you want yourself to be. You can. You can be the happy person, EP. You can be loved. The first thing you have to say to yourself is the 3 things my mom used to tell me. Okay, my mom used to tell me, when I was in pretty much the same spot you were, when I wasn't believing in myself, when I hated myself, I tried to commit suicide 7 times because I hated myself that much. Okay? I want you to understand, I hated myself so much that I didn't see the beauty of what I had. Every person I've ever helped, and I didn't have to. Every person that I've given some advice to that helped them in their life. And all that is poison. It's just poisoning your mind of all of that crap we don't need to have anymore. It wasn't until I said, I need to let this part of me die. Maybe it's time to bury the old you Maybe it's time to dig the grave of the old you don't want to be. Put your depression in there, put your anxiety in there, put your fears in there, and set them to rest and let them finally move out of your life. My mom had to die for me to realize just how much I was letting her expectations of me, and I loved my mom, but her expectations of me to see that beauty within myself. That's all she ever wanted me to do, was see the beauty within myself. She's never been prouder because of the work I've done, but it took work. So even if you don't go to a professional, it's waking up every day, coming up with your own mantra. What gets you up in the day? What is going to be your day? Today will be my best day ever, was my way of saying, I'm not going to let the world keep me sad anymore. I will find a way to find joy today. I will find a way to appreciate today. I will do something today that will change the world, will change someone's life. But don't you get that everything you're saying right now, and I mean everything you're saying, is just all the other people who have ever told you that? That's what you've been told your whole life by everybody who surrounds you. So now you believe it. You know? And to become the new you, you have to let all of this bullshit die. You have to say, you know what? I'm not going to hate that part about me anymore. I'm going to love that part about me. You know? Who cares if anyone likes who you are? Do you like who you are? If you like who you are, other people will like you. Okay? If you don't like you, other people won't like you too. You want to have more friends, you want to have more people in your life, then it's time to stop. It's time to stop beating up on yourself, EP boy. It's time to stop saying those hateful words to yourself. It's time to stop saying all of that to yourself, and you need to stop it right fucking now. That's a goddamn order. You hear me? You want inspiration? You want to know how I got here? Because I said I would never, ever, ever put myself in a place where I would feel like that again. I spent 30 years of my life living in that hell. I will never do that to myself ever again. But you're not a spoiled girl who just wants to be a boy. You are a boy. You are a man. You become the new person you are. Then be that. Be EP boy Frank. I'm just going to say Frank, okay? Frank is a pretty general name. Frank, you know, be frank with yourself. Be honest with yourself. If you're going to get judged, love and be as brilliantly beautiful as you are, EP. Your God card's going to help. I know it is. Don't keep your fears letting you freeze you in place. Don't let the little cracks that other people will tell you about and tell you about who you need to be. Everyone's got weird shit. Everything hides crap. Everyone hides behind a mask. No one shows their real faces. You know, the people who do show their real faces, the ones who never had to put on a mask in the first place because they had to accept themselves for who they were. They didn't have a choice. They either accepted themselves or they lived a life of misery. And you keep doing this to yourself. You're freezing in place, afraid that you will get happy. You're afraid of happy. Because once you get happy, you could lose it. Once you finally have everything you want. Right? I know it's different where you are at. But you're still a human being. And EP, you do have the power to change your life. You have to believe you have that power to do that. Exactly. Your your male persona that you are working on, and I'm only saying that as so I can explain it, isn't your mask. That's your real face. The girl is the mask. The girl you have to put on for everybody else. That's the true mask. So stop not being yourself. That's what's killing you. That's what's hurting you. You have to embrace it. Embrace it completely. Dress as a man. Act like a man. Be a man. Be yourself. Pull out those masculine attributes you have within you. Everyone has masculine and feminine within them. Everyone. It takes a man and a woman to make us. If both things go into the mix, you get both of them. Okay? I don't care if you prefer women or guys or want to be a man or a girl or whatever. God doesn't judge you on... they don't judge you on what you do with your life. It's what you do with that life. You know? Not who you are as an individual, a person who, think that. It's time to raise the fucking banner and say it is time to celebrate the male me. The person who is confident, the person who is strong, the person who has made it through all the voices, the person who has endured all of the crap. Don't you see how much you've done? Don't you see how much you've overcome? Don't you see it? Then put her to rest. Put her to rest and let her finally be at peace. For every moment of every day from this point forward, you dress as yourself. You act as yourself. You belong, a beautiful part of this world. I want to use something as a description. You know what I found the most beautiful in the last couple of days that I thought was absolutely beautiful? It was the drag walk from the Olympics. You know why I found that beautiful? Because it wasn't just one shape, one size, one fits all kind of a people. It was everything. They were proud to put on that show. I don't care what other people saw for 5 seconds. It was a 5-second moment. And they're getting, oh, it looks like the Last Supper. Oh, no, it actually looks like the picture from Dionysus' painting. It wasn't the Last Supper. If you paid attention, there's no fucking guy with a spear in the background. Okay? They saw what they wanted to see. There will always be people like that in this world. But you know what? You don't have to be like that. Exactly. You want to learn how to do it? Then do it for yourself first. If everything you want to give to somebody else, do it for yourself first and then do it for them. But don't do it for them, do it for you because you're proud to own yourself. What's your name? What is your first name, EP boy? I don't need a last name. Just what is your very first name? Your male first name. What is that? Jing, I'll be right with you in a little bit. Okay, this is important. If you want to reveal that to me. You want to whisper it to me? In case you don't want to say it, just let me know you're whispering it to me. I won't use it on stream if you say, please don't say my first name, okay? But whatever that is, okay? Whatever your first name is, if you want to share it here, I want to show you just how beautiful you really are. Do you want to see it? Okay, so first and last name, or so if you want Saba Marshall or Marshall Saba, either way. But you're going by Saba, so I'm going to say that. Who is Saba? Who is that person? The person you've always wanted to be. What does that person have that you don't have right now? What is it about him you want to be? What is it about him that you love? When you're him completely and totally, how do you feel? When you don't have to pretend anymore. When you are just being yourself and out on a day that's just for you, nobody else. Doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel right? Doesn't that feel like truth? When I say your name, Saba, who cares what anyone thinks? It's your name. Your name. Take Marshall or take Saba, whichever one works for you. But when you claim your name, claim it. Claim it as now I am Marshall, Saba, whatever. Okay? If that doesn't sound good, then throw it in their faces and tell them to go fuck themselves. Do it just in spite of them to prove that that's who you want to be. And despite what they told you you had to be, you're going to be who you are. You're in the UK. They're a lot more accepting of people than America is, I'll tell you that. You don't have people telling you who you can marry and not marry. You don't have people telling you that you're wrong for your beliefs. You don't have people shoving it down your throat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that you're wrong for the way you feel and think. Exactly. That's what you love about yourself. Did you just read? I want you to read what you just wrote. I want to be this safety and warmth in people's lives. You want to help people. You want to be the warm thing that people find when they're lost. You want to be the thing that people come to when they need their advice. So what are you going to tell someone who's just like you? And now we get to the second part here. And warmth in people lies a good father and husband. Okay, so why can't you be that? No one says you can't be a father to someone in this world. No one says you can't be a good father at that, because what are you going to be? Accepting, opening, allowing your child to have opinion. Even if you don't agree with that opinion, you're still going to be able to say, I don't agree with you, but I still love you sometimes, you know? And sometimes it's going to be, I agree with you 100%. A strong, friendly guy who is relaxed and safe and protected with love. That's who you are. That's who you are. Marshall Saba, that's who you are. That's who you are. Read it again. Read it all over again. Read it out loud to yourself. I want to be this safety and warmth in people's lives, a good father and husband. Perfect example would be a lighthouse. Strong, friendly guy who feels relaxed and safe and protected with, I'm guessing, love. Be it. Become that. Be it. Get through this labor process and be born as that. Marshall. 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 Say it. Marshall. Marshall John Morrow. Marshall John Morrow. I am Marshall John Morrow. I am this. I am a person of safety and warmth. I am a good father and husband and want to be that. I am strong. I am a friendly person. I am relaxed in a safe place to be protected by that. You are. Today is the day you become Marshall John Morrow. And you leave the other girl where she belongs, in the grave. That's what you love. That's what you love. From this day forward, that's what you love. Not all the other crap. That's what you love. That's what you put your power in. That's what loves you. You are loved. You can change your destiny. You can have that power. Claim it. I want to see you say it. I am. And put it all out there. Marshall John Morrow, fill in the blank of who that is. Write it down today, who that person is, in explicit, beautiful detail. And that's your goal. That's your goal, to become as close to that as possible. Just like I had to become the unknown prophet, as close as I could. I am now one and the same person. I am not just the unknown prophet. I am Joshua Adam Bleasy. I am proud of my name. So then let her be a part of you. Let her be the beautiful feminine side of you that understands like no other man could ever understand. I have a feminine side too, and I don't hide it. Then move out of the damn country. Come to America. Go to anywhere else. Reinvent yourself. Why can't you do that? Why can't you just go be happy? Why can't you just say, fuck all of you, I'm going to go somewhere where I can be myself and be happy and supported and loved? You want to come here to America? We've got a bunch of LGBT groups of transgender people who would love to support and love you. You know? It's not the country's fault. It's your choice to stay there. It's your choice to keep being in that environment. Sell everything and go. Do you have anything keeping you here anymore? So sell everything you own. Get enough money to come over here. Get that visa. Get that travel visa that gives you 6 months here. Somewhere else where you can understand what it means to be supported. I come to Minnesota, I will hook you up with the most brilliant, beautiful LGBTQ community. We celebrate pride with pride here. We are not the state that judges people on their sexual orientations. We fought for their right to be married. We fought for their right to have that right to love how they wanted to love and be who they wanted to be. We're still working on that right now. So do it. You could find a way. Everything you earn, everything, that paycheck you're going to get from that place, you know what you should do? You should sue them for discrimination. Because they didn't fire you for a work reason. They fired you for a emotional reason. Do you have the ability to do that? Because they fired you for emotional reasons, not for work performance reasons, and you know it. And you could prove that. So you got to fight. You either got to, okay, you can do one of two things. You can stay how you are and keep living like the way you are living and keep living this life that you hate and you don't love, or you can choose to live the life you've been waiting to live. Exactly. You will have opportunities that will make your life be what you want to be. When they come, take them. You have an opportunity to go be a part of a scholarship and just pick up and go, then go. Find out how you can come here without worrying about money. Someone could sponsor you. Hell, I'll start looking for people who could bring you and help you here. People who want to help people just like you who want to escape countries that don't honor what that means to be that kind of a person. You are Marshall. You will always be Marshall. That's who you really are. Okay? But you have to start to write down all of those things that you want to be, that you want Marshall to be. That's who Marshall is. That's who Marshall is, and that's who you are. That's how you really feel about yourself. Not those other negative comments. That's everybody else. So go back home for a while. Get your money up. Save. Let them carry the burden for a while. If they're not going to support you in one way, let them support you in a different way until you can go where you need to go. Well, either stand up to him and say, you can either love me or not love me. I will do this on my own if I have to. If I have to be homeless to be happy, I will. I was willing to be homeless to be happy if I had to be. I was willing to pick up my whole life and leave it all behind if I wanted. There was a moment in my life where I almost did that. But I decided this life I was living now is worth. And I'm not telling you to go live with them, okay? I'm telling you that that's an option, okay? You have options. So don't let that be an option. So don't go back. When they say they're going to go back, you just say, no, that's okay. I'm staying here. There's always a job someone doesn't want to do. Okay? Depends on what you're... I know. But you asked me how, when your original question was, how do I return to that healthier mindset? Remember? That's what your question was. This has all been to return you back to that healthy mindset. You're barely holding profit. Well, I understand, but what are you holding on to? What are you really holding on to? Can you control that those jobs aren't there? Can you control any of that? Can you control anything in this world? Or can you just endure it and learn how to overcome it? You have to be brave enough to stand up for yourself and say, this is who I am to everybody, including your parents, including yourself. You have to look in that mirror every day and say, I am Marshall John Morrow. You know? I woke up every day and said, I am the unknown prophet. Today will be my best day ever. On my way to therapy, on my way through fixing who I was as a person. You know? And finally dealing with the root cause of all of my issues. I want to talk more, EP, but I want to do Jing's reading real quick. So if you want to talk more after this, I want to help you too still more. Because I think I could help you, honestly, break free of this cycle that you're in. And I want to do something with you, but I want to get to Jing's reading real quick. So if you're willing to stick around a little bit, let me get Jing's reading out of the way, and then we can talk a little bit more. Okay? But my guys are saying that there is an opportunity coming for you, and they hope you take it. Because it will solve a lot of the issues and problems. You could find someone just like you who wants a roommate. You could find a group of people who are just like you who would need a roommate. Someone they could help find a job. I'm sorry, there are people in this world who want to be kind and loving and good to you. You just got to find those people. Okay? I know. We're going to get to it though. I just didn't want to take much more time away. I wanted to give Jing her reading, and then we can go back to helping you again, because I want to. And EP, if you want to contact me offline, if you want to talk about this offline sometime, and have someone to bounce things off, we can have a voice chat if you want. I'll do that on my Discord channel, completely free. Any time you want. You set up a time, we're going to set up a session for you. I'm going to be your therapist for a day. And I'm going to show you. Okay? Jing to the reading room. 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 And I noticed I'm dropping some frames here, guys. And I noticed that it's a little bit glitchy here on my end here. So just know that, you know, I'm going to keep continuing to go. I'm feeling good today, so... And I want to give Jing a little bit of time because I know she stepped away from her computer for a second because she thought I was going to be a while. So, you know. So until she gets back, we can still talk. But when she comes back and says, I'm here, it's her turn. Okay? So, let me tell you a little bit about my story, okay, EP? Let me give you my story and see if that inspires you at all, okay? When I was 8 years old, I was abused by a babysitter. It was the worst day of my life when I found out the game I was playing wasn't a game. Even though I thought it was wrong to play that game, I didn't want other children to have to suffer. I didn't want other people to suffer. You know? So I took their place a lot of the time because I didn't want to see other kids go through it. You know? Because I could not let it happen to my brother. I couldn't let it happen to my brother. He was 2 years younger than me. He didn't know what was going on. He sat in the closet and that was all that happened to him. He sat in the closet. So, you know, but he still was around it, that abuse, you know, and maybe that's what caused him to make the choices he made in his life. I don't know. But after that, I grew up without a father. I didn't even know my father till I was about 9 years old. My mom and dad got divorced when I was 4 years old. By the time I got old enough to understand that I could go visit my dad whenever I wanted, and I didn't understand why I had to go visit my dad in a different spot when everybody else's dad was right there for them, you know. I grew up without a father figure of any kind. I had a brother to raise. We were poor. We weren't well off. My mom worked a job. She was working, but she was an alcoholic. You know, for a while there, she got better, but she was an alcoholic, you know, and she was coming home from work, drinking herself to sleep, and then getting up in the morning and going to work again, you know. She was never cruel or mean to me. She always provided for me and my brother. She was always there. She wasn't so drunk that she didn't do that, but there were times where I had to make dinner or I had to do things that I shouldn't have had to do as a kid. I had to play dad a lot, you know, because no one else was there to be dad. So I tried to be the best father figure for my brother. And that didn't really work out that well, honestly. You know? I should have just been a brother. I tried to be a father. You know what I'm saying? I put all of that pressure on me. And I had bullies tell me I was an idiot. People who are telling me I was worthless, that I would never amount to anything, that I would end up in a fast food place for the rest of my life, that I would never amount to anything in this world. I was told time and time again how my intelligence would stop me from all of the goals and dreams that I had in my life. I was called stupid by teachers who weren't special education teachers. They never did that to me. But my cat's going up and down the halls right now. You know, and then through that, I felt like I had done something wrong. That's why my father wasn't there. It was my fault my father wasn't there. I wasn't good enough for my friends. I wasn't good enough for my teachers. I wasn't good enough for anything. The only people who understood me were the voices in my head. I grew up psychic and not understanding my gifts and powers, but still utilizing them because I did follow a vision and a dream that led me to where I am at today. So I know I have a little bit more leg up on the game there. But if you don't think I hated every last little thing about me, I was a worrywart. I worried about everything. Everything was a problem that was happening to me. You know, I constantly lived on a clock, always watching my watch, always wondering how much time I had left because I didn't think I had much when I was a kid. You know? That I would never be loved by anybody. Not a girlfriend. I was cheated on by practically every girl I ever was with. I had one woman who didn't want to love me back in return, even though I changed everything about who I was for that woman. And you don't know how that made me feel inside? I was sad. I was angry. I was torn. I was depressed. I was full of anxiety and fear. And my mom told me that to believe in the dream. And then she told me I had the power. That I had to claim my power in this world. To not let anybody else tell me who I could be. That I had to love myself first. Because people already saw there were people who were kind this morning. Those special education teachers who were kind. The other students who were there who taught me how to see this world in a new, different way. Those homeless people who helped me out when I was on the street for 3 months. You know, those streetwalkers that I slept with. I know it's not the best thing to think about, but they helped me overcome some of my sexual shit. You know? because I wasn't confident in myself. I thought that was the only way I could ever get love was if I could pay for it. That's how ugly I thought I was. And I wasn't a bad looking dude, honestly. I'm not a bad looking dude. I'm a really overweight dude now, but that's because I indulged way too much because I didn't have a lot growing up. You know? So I went the opposite way. I tried to get what I wanted. And then it was every single day was, I can't wait to die. Every single day was, I hope today is the day I don't have to come back. Every day was death, despair, depression. And I didn't know how to deal with any of it until I was about 18 years old when I started to own my power and started to believe that I could change things. And then, even then, I was still working through those anxieties, those fears of being not remembered, not being worthy of people's love or affection, or to feel like I'm validated and giving my voice to people and stuff like that. You know, and not knowing what real love looked like or felt like, not knowing why my father couldn't just be there for me when I wanted him to be there, when I needed him to be there to answer my questions, you know? And all of this chaos in mine was having no faith whatsoever in anything. No faith in anything a part of this world. I didn't like humanity back then. I hated you all back then. I hated myself back then. And it wasn't until I married my wife 18 years ago that I started to honestly work on and heal the wounds that I had been waiting to heal my whole life. Because I finally had the support I needed to do that. My mom, she was the main support I had in my life. She was my champion. She was the one who told me to believe in myself. And she always constantly told me that I could do better than everyone thought I could. And I've proven them all wrong. And I'm proud to say that. I proved you all wrong. Because I sit here today helping people, guide them to a better life, a better future. Because I went through all of that. I understand that. Because I had identity issues. I'm a bisexual man. I thought maybe I wanted to be a woman at one point. I tried. I didn't like it. It wasn't who I was, you know? But I thought about it. I thought about having a male-on-male relationship. I honestly considered it. Because women weren't loving me. Maybe a man could. And I liked men just as much as I liked women, so why not? And dealing with that confusion in my head as well. Why did I like both of them? Because I think part of it was because of the abuse. Part of it was because of all the self-hating talk I did to myself day in and day out. Every time something went wrong in my life, it was my fault. Every time something went horribly bad in the world, I was responsible somehow for it. You know, and I'm just some little boy in the middle of fucking nowhere thinking he affects the world in a big, grandiose kind of a way. I've only affected my life and the people's lives I've touched. You know? And then I had to start to believe in something. So I started to believe in what I call a higher self. Joshua, he had all those problems. He doesn't have those anymore. He overcame those things. But in order to overcome those, I also had to let that part of me honestly die within myself. I had to put that part of me to rest. I had to say, that's not what I love about me. That's what I don't like about me. How can I change those things? Is there something I can do to feel better about how I use my gifts and use my disabilities to my advantage? My anxiety tells me all these feelings that they're the cues to tell me when something I need to warn you about. The depression tells me when you need to be brought up again. You know, when you need to be raised up again. Marshall. And it was a choice between being happy and being miserable. A cat taught me this. A cat. My cat, Ariane Road, before we had Lucifer, okay, was one of the most beautiful cats we've ever had. We had her for 4 years almost, okay? She used to sit right up here where the sunbeam would hit her every day. And she used to lay on her side every once in a while, and I would pet her. But she wouldn't always really give me that attention I really wanted. Until one day she flips up on her belly, right? And all she's looking at me is, please rub my belly. And I don't know what got into me. I don't know, still don't know what got into me, but I felt the 5-year-old come out in me and I went, squish the kitty, squish the kitty, squish, 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 squish the kitty. And she was wiggling and happily and just so happy about someone squishing her belly. And it was the voice I was making along with it. And she really, really liked it. And whenever I would do it, she would just show pure, unadulterated happiness, love and content, perfect love and perfect trust, right there in front of me, showing me how to be happy. All I had to do was lay in the sun and let the world rub my belly. And tell me all the good things that I am doing. I don't know how many lives I've changed because of my advice. I don't know the people who I might have helped along the way, even when I was screwed up trying to help people. So don't tell me you can't do it. I did it. You can do it. And when you need this speech again, go back to this VOD and rewatch it all over again. And listen to the words again. Take your notes. Take your notes and write them down for yourself. And put it on paper who you are. And now you're going to have a birth announcement of that's the person you are now. Today is my birthday. And whatever day you decide to fully become Marshall, that's your birthday. That's your birthday. And the world will come to take care of you. Because you are a child of light. Because you are a child of compassion and love. You're nurturing, you're loving, and I feel all of this coming from you. You care more about others than you care of yourself. You want to help other people so much because you don't want to see anyone hurt like you. I understand. You still with me, EP? Barely holding. Then let it go. Let go of it. Stop holding. And let it go. If this is the lot that you have right now, then let everybody else live in that. You don't have to live in that crap anymore. Let them have that crap. They can live in that. You don't have to. It's a choice. It's your free will choice. So choose. How do you feel now, Marshall? Then breathe new life into you, Marshall. Today is your birthday. Let the old life die and a new life begin. Let's cut your line. Hey, together, you and I, touch this screen. Today, we cut your line, your destiny line. Free. Free from all of the past of who you were. Today, we cut that cord off and remove that from your destined line. Today, we reattach Marshall to our line. Marshall, who is the person we will become. Marshall, who is the man I am and will be. Marshall, John Morrow, if I remember correctly. If I got the name wrong, please forgive me. All right, but one more thing I'm doing and we're done for that, okay? No problem. Take my hand and cut that cord today. Do you feel that moving out of your life right now? Do you accept the new lifeline you are drawing now and the destiny you are drawing now? If you do, claim it by taking your hand away and saying, I claim myself. Today is my birthday. And I'm going to have a birth announcement as soon as you say it. Today is my birthday. And I'm going to tell you the time you were born at. And you were going to celebrate this day. Are you ready to change your life? Are you ready to be that? Then let's reattach your line together as one. And as you imagine this cord being put back into your own two hands, grab it and walk the path. Walk the walk. Talk the talk. Do the do. Be who you say you want to be. No more excuses. Be the man you are. No more excuses. Be who you were meant to be. No more excuses. I will overcome my depression. I will overcome my anxiety. I will overcome this feeling inside. I will own my power. I will own myself. Now I take my hand away from here and I place it all back in your own hands. Do you accept? Welcome in, Grupa. Or however you say that, Gru. I want that for you so bad. So claim it. Is today your birthday? Guru, thank you. That is your new birth chart. If you did a birth chart, for the moment you claim it, and when I see you say today is my birthday, I'm going to tell you exactly the day, time, and date you were born. You're still coming out of the womb as far as I'm concerned. I can't make an announcement until you claim it. Clearing the cards off for Jing, though. Claiming. You were born at 10:21 Minnesota time. Look at your clock right now. That is the time you were born. Make a new birth chart right now for Marshall. You don't have to make it today. You can wait till October. Maybe you need to give yourself some time to get ready to be born. Not claiming it doesn't mean you don't still have to own it. So, time to do that. Today, Marshall John Morrow was born at 10:21 Minnesota time, Central Standard Time. Wherever you're at right now, that's your place of birth. And now go look at your chart and read it. And then go talk to TC about it, because I know you know her. I'm going to cleanse the cards off for you, Jingy. So, know that I'm here. You ever need someone to talk to? You ever need more inspiration? You need more of a pep talk? Discord. Bat signal. Message me. Write me a letter. I don't care. I support you. I'm here to support you. Whew, that was heavy. And good heavy, too. I can feel you already, your energy already raising. You! I was finishing by saying you, EP. Congratulations. Marshall John Morrow was born today at 10:21 Minnesota Central Standard Time. Or, like I said, look at your clock, and whatever time and date you are at today, that's who is born. Go look at your new birth chart, because it will tell you who you are. You're welcomed. Good. All right, Jing, what do you need to know today? Can I get a read for what's coming in August? Okay, I got you. I just saw your message, sorry. You beautiful man, you beautiful girl. Oh, I'll send you a shout. I'll shout her out in a little bit after Jing's reading. Okay. Here, give me a second. Here is a woman. Give me a second. I gotta find it. I want to make sure I get the right one. She is a master astrologer. She's also a shamanic worker, and she can also help you with that removing of that, removing all that subconscious crap you want to get rid of. Here's give me a second. I'm getting it. And I'll give you my link too, okay? Give me a second. Not yet. I'm sorry. I'm just filling someone in on something that I'm helping someone with real quick. And I'll let you know when it's your turn. I do take some time here, my friend. You know? So go check her out. Okay? She's, like I said, she's a good person to go talk to about your chart and moving out that subconscious and conscious desire stuff you need to work on. Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure. So I just wanted to let you know. Joe Jing, you would let me know your numbers, and I'm sorry that I have to kind of make sure I get your cards ready again because I don't want to do you any disservice here. So thank you for being patient, Jing. What's coming in August for Jingy? We need to get back to doing her reading so I can do Guru's reading as well. But that's what we do here. We support people and we talk again. And I'll give you my Discord in just a little bit. But I have all of that on my About page. So feel free to do it. And it does pop up every once in a while as one of those little things that I put on a timer. So it is out there. You might have to go look up back in chat. But I think it was already put out there a little bit on come join me on Discord and stuff like that. You can also find all of my stuff on my link tree and stuff like that. So all you have to do is go to that part of my page and you'll find all of that for you, okay? I know your numbers. They like it here. So we're going to just go with it. August 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Generally I try to take less than 15 minutes. I try, but I go until I feel like that person doesn't need to hear what they need to hear. So it could be as quick as 5 to 10 minutes and as long as like I said, it was almost an hour with, poor EP there for a while. Almost a whole half an hour for EP there. So that's kind of what you expect, and I'm sorry about that, but that's what we're here for, okay? So here are your 10 official shuffles. No, that was 10 official shuffles. They're telling me to do it one more time. Okay, now 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And I know Jing, trust me. It might be quicker than that, depending on what, because I just have to tell her what's coming her for August, and then it would be your turn. So take this time to charge your phone for a while, and just let it charge for a bit. Keep the screen off. Come back in about 10 minutes and check, okay? Just turn off your screen for 10 minutes. Come back and check in 10 minutes. I will. So, for you, Jing, I will. I will do that as soon as I'm done with the Jing's reading, okay? Much love to you too, my friend. All right, so Jing, what do you need to know about what's coming for you in August? We know we've been working on the surface of it all for you, Jing. And as I'm telling you this, I know that this is something that we're finally understanding why certain masks are being put on and what has to come off of that mask. And I really believe that it's all about revealing more of how you truly are feeling with your relationship status now, and you both having a better understanding of it. I think you're kind of moving in that direction to see beyond the surface and see each other for who you are. After you're done with that, now it becomes the happy home again. Now it becomes a new place where we can both live in the same place, feel the same things we want to feel, get that home feeling, have that feeling of home within ourselves. So whatever that means to you, that's coming for you if you want it. But it requires you to let go of the mask of the past, and it requires you to smash those masks and stop wearing them. It's to be honest and open and be okay. I know you did. And that's why he's putting on a mask again. Because now his defense mechanisms are coming up. Okay? But the ancient knowledge that you are gaining right now, you know his habits well enough by now. You know how he reacts to things by now. You know what he's ready for and what he's really not ready for. You know the truth, Jing. You know what you've been trying to tell yourself. And you know what the gods are trying to tell you too. It's about trusting those feelings again and starting to give those feelings credence and give yourself the ability to show him he doesn't have to put up that shield again. Right. But that's why he's putting a shield back on, because he feels attacked. Do you understand? Take that burst out feeling and ask yourself, if this were me getting this information, how would I like to hear it before you say it to your partner? And understand what they normally would react to how you would say something. Then let them ignore you. Ignore them right back. Move, do something fun for yourself those 3 days. Go pamper yourself during that time. If he's not going to take care of you, you take care of you. You know what you need to fill your life up with. Don't let his boundaries and his barriers. He feels attacked. Not he is being attacked. It's more like vulnerability. You know, when you're feeling very vulnerable, you put up your defense mechanisms. He's feeling way too vulnerable. So learning how to overcome that is what's coming in August. How to overcome and how to bring down the shield so he can see that we have a beautiful, bigger one together. Well, he's not going to ignore you forever. And if he does, maybe that's the sign to move on. If he keeps ignoring you, if he doesn't want to be there, he won't be there. If he wants to be there, he will be there. But you got to stop putting all of your happiness on this one person. You know? You're better than that, sweetie. Maybe he needs a break. Maybe he needs some space. Maybe he doesn't understand how he thinks or feels right now. You want to know what's coming for you in August? Revealing what that stuff is, so you understand it. That's what brings you to that home feeling, because there's no more things to hide behind. You can just live. You can support. You can understand you can't fix any of that. That he has to fix that for himself. All you can do is be a support person, encouraging him, showing him how to be more positive, showing him what it means to be that committed partner, showing him that love that he needs to show back in return. Eventually, it will either stick or it will not stick. That's your reading, though, sweetie. It's about bringing down those defenses this month. Exactly. Because once there's no more boundaries in the way, and you have to be just as vulnerable and tell them exactly what's going on and how you are feeling and not sugarcoat it. Be honest with your partner. Let them know what you're going through, Jing. Because that's what's going to bring you closer together. It's learning how to overcome that together as partners. That's how you grow closer. That's how you grow to become that powerful team. Yes, of course you can rejoin the queue. You know my rules. 3 readings per stream. After that, it's a $5 tip. Okay. Not per reading, just, something to say I'm getting you because I gave you more than 3 readings. That's all. Because I wanna at least put some boundaries up myself. All right, Guru. If you're available in here, I'm gonna give you some time to come back into the reading room. So Guru to the reading room. Guru to the reading room. Guru PA. Okay, good. So, since it's your first time here, here's how it works. I ask you to pick some numbers. I ask you to pick a shuffle amount 1 through 10. I ask you to pick an answer amount 1 through 52. If you have a question, just put it as simply as possible so I can understand it. I will usually confirm that with you. I will tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The good, the bads, and the uglies, and everything in between. I will be brutally honest as hell and as blunt as hell. I will give you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. If that is acceptable to you, please choose your numbers and your question. Everything else I will explain if it happens along the way. That's all you need to know. And as I do for everyone, I do a cleansing shuffle, and this is a randomized shuffle that I just wait till my guys tell me that they're ready for you. So this isn't your official shuffle start. This is your cleansing shuffle. And then that's how I start picking up your energy and move on from the last reading. So, forward or back? Back, okay. All right, so they told me to not shuffle the last one. And here are your 8 official shuffles. So when will you meet your future spouse and how will she be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have what we call God cards. These are the most extreme messages I will ever get for anybody. They are a direct message from your higher power about a question you've been asking your higher power lately. This is an answer to that question. After the reading, I will ask you one more time if you want to see these cards, but I want you to wait till after the reading to answer me. Okay? So these will go to the side until the last bit of your reading, and then we're going to count out those 48 cards now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 48th card is now on top, bottom, top. All right, let's find out what we can find out about this potential wife of yours in the future. Or spouse in the future. Sorry, I shouldn't say wife. Spouse. Okay. And how will she be? Now, this is going to be the initial meeting, okay? And this is kind of how you'll know you've met the right one, kind of a way. Okay? And what they're telling me is... I got to have a drink of something here real quick. Okay? So, when will you meet your future spouse and how will she be? The first way that you are going to meet her is that through the gifts that you have, like if you're an artist or whatever you like to do for a living, your truest potential in life, what you really want to be doing with yourself in your world, will lead you to that person. You believing in yourself and your dreams and goals will guide you to that future spouse someday because of how much potential you have right now for that future spouse. You're already making room for a woman you haven't even met yet, and you're going to love her completely and totally like a woman should be loved, or a man should be loved, whichever the case may be. That honest, open relationship, that communicative relationship, that belief in each other's power and believe in each other's own separate paths. We are a team first and foremost, stronger together than apart, and we love each other equally in return, is the kind of relationship you're looking for. A real, true, honest, good relationship for once. So you have all of the potential to get everything you want. You just have to start to take the world in little by little by letting the positive start to enter your life, those positive thoughts, to let that emotional stuff that you need to show this potential spouse to come out so that she sees the insides of you as well as the outsides of you, so that she sees those inner thoughts of you. She knows your mind, good and bad, or he. And then the only thing left is love. The only thing left is love, and that fire, that burning fire inside of both of you that tells you you've met the one that is going to be the one you cherish the rest of your life. But in order to get there, there will be some things you guys have to work through in the very beginning because of maybe some damage that was previously done to her or him. I'm feeling more of a her vibe. I don't know what your pronouns are and what your preferences are. I don't care which way it is here. If you want to tell me that, fine. That way I can kind of suss out, because I'm seeing a female, but let me know if I'm right there. But the compost card isn't about throwing away. Okay, you are a boy and you want a girl. Yeah, so yeah, that's kind of what my intuition was saying. So just like you now have to move some of those old bad patterns that you used to do in relationships have to go away, but you're going to transform them because you're going to learn how to be in a better relationship, and testing the waters a little bit and figuring out. You kind of need the example of the worst so you can see what real true love looks like. Do you need to go through that, honestly, before you're ready for just to skip the queue and not have to go through that bullshit? Or do you need to go through the girl who will break your heart a little bit and show you just exactly what love doesn't look like so you can look and see what love really looks like? She will have past relationships. But those past relationships will have ended because of some of the things she did in the way she does relationships. You'll be coming together to be each other's support person. You're not going to be throwing it away. You'll be transforming it together. So how she will be about learning how to get rid of the bad and accept the good and transform it into something better. What is going to have to happen, and the way she will be, is when you first meet, she will kind of feel like she's trapped by her life a little bit. She won't like how her life is going and stuff like that. She'll feel like she's been put into a prison for a bit. Okay? And she's going to have to be convinced to turn her life around and be a more positive person. You are going to be the support she needs to see that. My brother's card shows up for one very specific reason. Because my brother did this to himself. He put himself in a prison and kept himself locked in that one way of thinking view. He thought his world could only be that way. That got him into trouble, so he went to actual jail. You're not going to actual jail. You're going to metaphysical jail. That's the prison she's put herself in. You have to be the warden who tells her today is parole day. Today is the day you are set free. and I will support you becoming who you want to be. That's what brings you together. That's what brings you guys closer as a couple. Exactly. And learning how to overcome those feelings, she needs someone who can be that support, who can understand that she doesn't always understand why she does the things she does. So it's going to be a little bit of work at first, but it's not like she's a broken person completely. She's not broken. She's just going through pretty much like your standard, average, ordinary, just moment of doubting yourself kind of a moment, you know? She doesn't want to keep looking at the choices that are out there. She's looking for that special marble in there, right? I think some of the issues that were in there will come up. I don't think her boyfriends will be like, she won't compare you to them. They're her example of what she doesn't want. Okay? That's what those are for her. Her past boyfriends are her example of every guy who's ever fucked her over. You are the example of the guy who doesn't want to do that to her. Understand? You are the pretty marble she's been waiting to grab. But she had to go into the jar and say, there was something more beautiful out there for me first. You know what I'm saying? So she's got to choose a new marble. So now a little bit more about the girl, right? You will definitely meet her in community, something that you love doing. You will meet her in an activity you like to do. I'm not being shown what activity because you have a broad base of wonderful activities you like to do. And you have a very social kind of a life, I'm feeling. And I think you just being in that social life, you are the positive beacon. You are the lighthouse she's been looking for. You just have to shine your light and keep shining your light till she sees you. All you have to do is sing your heartfelt song out to her and call her to you. I will give you something today. My 100% guarantee one true love spell. Okay? It's simple. It's easy. If you would like to know more about that, please tell me. Otherwise, I'm not going to go through the whole rigmarole of what you need to do there. Or you can trust in your destiny and trust in your fate and that it's all coming for you. A 100% guarantee that you will get your one true love in a year and a day. I need you to go grab a piece of paper where you can write things on first. And I'm sorry about to everybody else in the queue, but I am actually closing it down right now. Everyone who's in the queue, you are the ones who get readings. Everybody else after that, we're going to let them go because this is going to take just a little bit. So got a piece of paper where you can write things down on? Okay? Or something you can write down on? Right? I'm going to tell you what you need, okay? Crypto, you're already in the queue. You're number 3, okay? Patience. Okay? Tell me when you're ready. That's all I want to know is you're ready, okay? And I've got a list of things I need you to get, okay? And then we'll go over your God cards too, because we do have to reveal these to you too as well. So are you ready? Okay, good. So what you need, the items you need, a piece of paper, your favorite color if you can find it. If you can't, a white sheet of paper will work. Something you can burn, okay? All right? Now, you need a candle. A red one is good, but a white one works just as well. Red is a little bit stronger for more love and passion and stuff like that. But if you don't have a red candle, it's okay. Your favorite perfume, the smell you like. Your favorite song, okay? I need you to gather these things and have them ready for the spell, okay? And Then a key. A blank key with no cuttings in it whatsoever. Just a blank key. And a pen to write things down with, of course, And you'll need matches and, of course, the standard things you need to light a candle with and stuff like that. A match, something to strike a match with and stuff like that. Okay? So here's what you do with those items. Okay? So first you are going to take the sheet of paper. And on one sheet of paper, you are going to write 10 attributes of the kind of person you want to fall in love with. What do they have inside? What kind of feelings and thoughts and things do they think on the inside? I'm sorry I've closed the queue down because I got too long there mocking. And I've got a lot of people to get through, so I'm going to be spending pretty much the rest of my time just getting through the list I've already got. So I'm sorry. I closed it down literally 10 minutes ago. So a white candle works just as fine, okay? Like I said, color doesn't matter. It's the intention you're going to be putting into it, okay? So on one side, you want 10 attributes of the things they have inside that are what you like about what they want to be like inside. And then on the other side are the things they like to do. Do they like fishing? Do they like to go out? Do they like to socialize? What 10 things do they like to do? Okay? One on each side, okay? And on the top of both sides, you are going to say, my one true love. On top of the sheet. Okay? We have an ad, so I'm going to take a break and wait for the ad to stop so you don't miss anything. Ad break. Ad break. I'm going to take a smoke break while I wait for the ad to finish. Okay, a key you will no longer use anymore. Okay? So it has to be a key that doesn't belong to anything. That's all I want it to be. It's just, if you don't have a blank key, go buy one. They're not that expensive. Okay? Alright. Now, back to the rest of it, okay? But any key will do, okay? As long as you know that it's that key, okay? That's what I have to make sure. You have to make sure you know it's that key. That's why I prefer a blank key, because then you can't confuse it with any other keys you might have in your thing. That's why I like a blank key, and I like that for a very specific reason. A part of the spell too. Okay? It's a part of the spell to get that blank key, but hey, I always say use your intuitions. So if you have what you have, you can do this, or you can just go buy a blanker or set one key aside, okay? Yeah, a small key which you're not using is just fine, yes. Okay? So what I need you to do now is, with the perfume or the smell that you like to smell, okay? It has to be something you find enjoyable, okay? You're going to put that on the candle. Dress the candle with that. If it's a little tea light candle, so be it. If it's a big, long candle, so be it. Doesn't matter which kind of candle it is, okay? All right? And then I want you to put around it your favorite color. Okay? So your favorite color, something representing your favorite color. If it's not the sheet that you've already put those things on, then I want it to be something like a representation of your favorite color surrounding the candle. Okay? Then I want you to play your music and start to hear the song. And I want you to hear that. Okay, well, I'm waiting. I'm sorry I didn't see your message right away, so I'll wait. Let me know when you're ready to continue. That's why I wanted you to write it down, so that you could go get these things afterwards, by the way. So, but I'm waiting. Let me know when you're back. Sorry, guys. You know I take the time I need, so I'll be as fast as I can be. You know. I always work with my readers, so I will try to get to everyone on my list. I will get to everyone on my list. I will not leave you hanging, okay? Every one of you will get a reading. If you stay in chat, you get a reading. Point blank, okay? Mocking, are you still there? Okay. You have your perfume handy? Okay, I just want you to gather this stuff right now, okay? For right now. Because I really want you to think about that list too, okay? Now, did you got the music you like, the perfume you like, the key, okay? You've got the candle, you got the sheet of paper, you got your favorite color being represented somehow. If you don't have grab something in your room that represents your favorite color. It doesn't matter what it is, okay? Something you associate with love would always be a good bet. Anything that you associate with love or romance, that's definitely a plus here, okay? So you got everything you need, okay? You've written on those things on that page, right? Now you light the candle and you say, I call out to my one true love. Okay? These things. You read each side of the pages out loud. Okay? So that you can hear them. Alright? And then you say, with this key. Okay, that's fine. Alright? With this key, I open my heart to you. Okay? I open my heart to you. I call out to you that you will be here in 1 year and 1 day. Get your ass in here, Mocking, right now. 1, 10, 9, 8, 7. Mocking, 10. Trying to give you more time. 10. What should you write on the paper? 10 attributes of the things you want the person to have on the inside. Okay, you don't want it? I opened my queue for you. Last chance. You're going to have to wait till after Jing. You've got 5 more people in front of you. You want it. I'll give you your ass kicking. Closing. Okay. All right. So, ready and back? Okay. One side of sheet of paper. 10 attributes of the kind of things you want that person to have on the inside. Are they kind? Are they considerate? Do they like children? What do they, what are on the inside? 10 attributes, okay? On the other side, 10 things they like to do. Okay? Like, do they like sports? Do they like going out? Do they like, what kind of things does she like? Do they like? Okay? Are we clear? Understand? I'm taking this off. Maybe this will help. I'm taking some of my windows down here because I don't need them up anymore. And that might help with the stream being a little bit better too. So, are you still here, Guru? I want you to just listen to the rest of what I have to say, and then you can do this, okay? So if you're still, all right? Now, like I said, open your heart to that key, okay? Read those things on each side of the page. My one true love will come to me within 1 year and 1 day. That doesn't mean it will take a year. It could take up to a year, okay? Play the pretty music, hold your key, and say, I unlock my heart with this key. I send this to my one true love, my song. Now smell the perfume. The candle of light of love is in front of you. So light the candle so that that can be lit. And say, I send this to you now, and then burn the paper away with the candle. And then you hold that key after the paper is burned, and you say, I now seal this key. It can only be opened by the one I give my heart to. And then when you're ready to finally say, you are the one, then you can give that key to them. And that's the key to your heart. You have the right to take it back anytime you want if they aren't living up to that key. No, just 10 attributes of the 10 things on for each kind of thing, okay? 10 for the attributes of what they have on the inside, 10 of the attributes of what they like to do, okay? That's all you need there, okay? You don't have to add any more than that, okay? Not body type, not the way they look, not the political leanings they have, not whatever faith they're following. We're looking for real, true love here. We're looking for a soulmate. That's what you're looking for, right? You're looking for your soulmate, your twin flame, right? Okay? When you are done with reading it out loud and burning the page away, hold the key and say, this key will only be unlocked by this person that I've done for this spell right now. The spell ends, and then you hold that key. When that key starts to glow warm, like a warm hug, you are near your one true love. You will smell the scent. You might even hear the music. Everything that I'm telling you to do will be your clues to knowing you have met your one true love. Okay? So, you will probably, they might be wearing the smell. They will probably be wearing your favorite color. They will have 7 out of 10 of those things that match that list. Okay? And they will be the exact person you are looking for. And you have to do this with your whole heart. You have to pull out every stop of love you've ever had in your life. I want you to do this like, if you don't do this now, you will lose your chance. So sing your song to her. Even sing the song that's playing so that you know that your song is being heard. And she will come to you within 1 year and 1 day, my friend. And if you missed any of it, you can go back and watch the VOD. I want to know if you want to see your God cards, and then I want to get going to doing more readings. Because we didn't even get to your God cards yet. So, do you need the answer from your higher power that you were hoping that you needed to hear today? So I ask you now, do you want to see your God cards? They are the most extreme messages you will ever get here. They will tell you something that you really need to hear today. They may kick your spiritual ass. So this could be what you need to work on for yourself in order to get that one true love. I won't know until I flip the cards. If you don't want to see them, you just say, I don't need them. And I put them back and we never have to know. But if you ever come back here again, that was your only chance. You get to see your God cards regardless. This is the only time you get a choice. Ready, Freddie? So what is the God card trying to tell you today? And I think this is exactly what you need to hear. Okay? Good. So here's everything else, okay? Now I've told you the spell. Go do it after this if you want, but let me tell you this first, and then you can do whatever you want after that, okay? All right? First things first. Right now is the time for you to decide how you want to move forward. What path do you want to take? Make a choice between those emotional and logical parts of yourself. You have to start to choose a path forward. Don't let your past define who you were. Take that brave step forward into your future. Walk the hard path and be determined with your path and get to that goal and dream as quickly as you can. But you will have to take a rest after you are done with that and let it soak into your life. Or you can take an easier path where it is one step at a time, one goal at a time. It may take 10 steps to get there, but you will get there. But you will have all the energy you need to keep going because you took your time to get there. Or you can take another path I call the unseen path, which is both of those together, a little bit easy, a little bit hard, but it requires you to cut through all of your bullshit in order to get to the end of the dock that's there. And that means cutting through your anxiety, your fears, your doubts, your worries, and all of that stuff. It's your turn to choose which path you choose. This is the moment. The gods are presenting you the plate of bounty now. You have to go out there and try some of the hors d'oeuvres and see which one you like. Now is the time to plant the new seeds you need into the ground. What one physical good thing can you start doing better for yourself? What one mental good thing you can start doing better for yourself? And one spiritual thing you can start doing better for yourself. Just like you are planting the seeds of love today, plant those seeds within yourself and allow those to grow within you as you grow towards that partner you want. So allow yourself to be planted. You must take care of that garden. You must provide it beautiful sunshine and positivity. You must give it emotional freedoms to share your feelings and thoughts. You must give it that deeper well of who you are as a person, that water, that emotional, deep emotional stuff, and be firmly planted in that ground. And you have to take care of that paper. Get back around your community that makes you feel like the campfire people you want to bring on a camping trip. You know, the people who will come, you will bullshit with, you will tell stories about. Nobody has skin in your game. It's just about you getting together and going out and sharing stories and sharing experiences and getting back around your community. Get back around your community. It's something that your gods are saying you really need to do. And then start to share what you want with them. They want you to be open. Tell them what you want. They want to give you what you want. So tell them what you want, and they will help you get there. You have to do this, though. You are the one who has to make this contract with them. After you've done the spell within 1 year and a day, like I said. And this might be how you get there. Okay? Whatever that might mean to you, it's a message from you, your God, to you. Sometimes you have to say, what are they trying to tell me here, and figure it out. Okay? So thank you for being here today, but I've helped you long enough, my friend. It's time to move on to somebody else, okay? If you have any more questions, I'm always here and available for you guys, okay? You know, you can go onto my Discord or whatever else like that, and I will help you in every way possible I can help you with, okay? So, so I am moving on from you now, and thank you very much for your time today. Gab, sorry for the long wait. I have to do one last thing. Thank you for your patience. But that's what I do for everybody I read for. I give them what they need until I feel like they don't need anything anymore. And I will keep going until I've gotten everyone on my list here. So I'm doing one more small thing. And I got to find out why I can't. Why I've got to bring something else up here real quick, guys. Sorry. I'll do it afterwards. I'll do it after. All right. Go back and watch the VOD after this stream. I explained everything. Okay? I'm really sorry I have to move on from you, but that's why I told you to get a paper and pen and sit down and listen to me so you didn't miss anything. Okay? I don't, I've said this spell so many different times in my stream, so it's in there, but go back and listen to what I said and write it all down. Because I explained it all right there. It's all right there for you. You can go watch it anytime you want. Okay? Cleansing, clearing time for I will do my best, okay? Yes, I keep all my videos. I keep all my videos until Twitch takes them off. So when they expire, that's when they expire. Other than that, I don't change everything. I keep all my VODs. And if you can't find it here, it's on YouTube. Okay? Either way, you can find it. Cleansing the cards off for you, Gab. Thank you for your patience today. I'm going to give you these cards an extra scrub for you so you get the reading you need today. So, when you're ready, please give me your numbers and your question for today. If you're new here and you need me to explain, let me know, because I don't remember if you were a first-time chatter or not. Okay. Do you have a question or a general reading? Well, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for your patience, by the way. General reading it is. All right. Now, I'm going to keep shuffling these until they tell them, my guys tell me they're in the right spot. Now that I know what you want, now I can get that energy for you. Stop. All right. Here are your 9 official shuffles. These are your shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You have a One God card message for you today. Here are your 16 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Here's my promise to you. I will tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, the good, the bads, and the uglies, and everything in between. I will be brutally honest as hell, and I will let your world on fire and set your world ablaze if I have to. So remember, I don't sugarcoat it here. I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. With that said, let's go. What do you need to know? What is the universe trying to tell you right now? What do you need to hear so that you can finally get what you need? Sometimes not having an idea in your head is the best idea, because now is the time to form that idea. You have been working on this for a while. You've been gathering the right kind of ingredients there, Gab. Okay? You've been grabbing the sweet, sugary parts of your life and saying, these are the most important things to remember. You've been gathering those things that were catalysts for you, those changes you had to make, the things that you had to overcome and endure, your yeast. Then you had to put in the bare essentials of who you were as a person, the very tiny parts, the parts that make you the essential you. No one else tells you who to be that. Okay? And then you had to add the spices of life. What the world and experiences you've learned through the world came in there. And then you had to let all of those ingredients come together and start to break down so that now they can start to fermentate like a well-crafted alcoholic beverage. It takes time for this to happen, but what you are putting into it is your elixir of life, your life's blood, your energy, the thing that keeps you going, motivated. That's the elixir of life. The thing that keeps you moving in the direction that moves you towards that day you can say, today is my best one ever. Now, where you're at now is the straining part. Because everything is broken down, we are now straining it out so that we can drink from that cup and know that what we have been giving to ourselves is good. That what we have finally been saying to ourselves is now the drink I need to have in my cup. Not the old sludge that used to be there maybe even a half a year ago. Okay? So you've done the work. Now where do I bring this work to now? And I know you've been searching for family. And I know you've been searching for community. And sometimes you feel like the lone wolf who just can't find their pack. Who allows you to understand that my Father has come here today to tell you that it's time to understand that no matter what anyone else has tried to do for you, they will never be able to repair you. You have to understand what you need to repair yourself. Sometimes it's family. Sometimes it's acceptance of self. You are just like my dad was when he was a younger boy. He didn't know how to control those emotions. He felt kind of lost and didn't know how to fit in with certain people in certain places. He went and tried to fit in with other packs, but they never felt right because he wasn't fixing what was going on inside. He was hoping that the situation, moving to a new situation, would solve the problem. So he ran away in his own way. But he didn't let that be his life story. You know, when my father became the blue wolf in my deck, he finally allowed those other emotions to come out that he had never shared before. Before he became the blue wolf, all I ever saw was anger, disappointment, and himself. Not in me, what I saw in my father, you know? And then there was that moment where he finally heard his voice, and he called out to his one true family with his voice. Ho! I'm here. I'm waiting for you, my chosen family, to come and choose me. Ho! Can you hear me? Can you hear me? And then he went and he repaired some of the things that were going wrong in his life. And as he was doing that, a voice came from the ether, and it was my mom who heard his song again. They got back together after almost being apart for 20 years. And they remarried. And they fell back in love. But no more mask like they had on before. No more holding them back anymore. Because they heard each other's song for the first time. They knew where they belonged. You don't have to be the follower. You don't have to be the leader. You just have to be there. And all you have to do is call out to that wild, and they will hear you, and they will come find you. You don't have to find anything anymore. They're coming to you. You just got to wait for them to come. And when they arrive, you will feel the sense of family you've been searching for. And finally have the support you need to repair yourself. That's all it took for my dad. To have a support. To tell him he could fix those things. Don't put yourself in the same ugly old cage you've been putting yourself in up to this point, Gab. My brother's card also shows up in my deck for very specific reasons as well. Because people put themselves in their own worst cages. Because they think they can't get out of their situation. Because they feel like they deserve it. Because they feel like they've done something so horrible that they don't believe they have the ability to get out. Today is parole day, my friend. Today is parole day. We release you from that cage and we let you back into this world. Are you going to choose to keep living in that negative space, or are you going to turn your life around and start living a life of positivity? My brother did have to do this in actual jail. Okay, I use him as the example because he was living a life of very much a bad life. He was not doing things that were appropriate in this world. That's why he went to jail. When he was in jail, he made himself a promise. He would never ever do to himself the stuff that he had been doing to himself anymore. He would get out of this place and he would breathe in the fresh new air in his lungs again. That he would never let his freedom be taken away. That his zest for life and getting what he wanted, which was real true love, which was a real true life of his own, and a purpose that was his own as well. He found those things. But he had to understand that change had to happen within him. And then he was offered an opportunity to become that better man. And he took that opportunity. He did everything in his power to get out. And after that, he still went and did more things to help him become a better man. And keeps trying to do things to make himself a better man. Because he knows what he did was wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. You are giving yourself your own parole day because you're your own damn warden. Today is the day you break free of those shackles and re-embrace your freedom again. And communicate what you actually need right now. What do you need physically in your life? What do you need mentally in your life? What do you need spiritually in your life? Communicate this with the people who are around you. What made you who you are? What is your song? And why do you sing it? I'm not going to keep trapped by my old self. I am going to be the person who is worthy of that future I want. I can change it around to be what I want it to be. My brother found true love. He is now living a life that he wants to live, and he is trying to find purpose as we speak. But he's living his life his way, without anybody telling him how to live it anymore. And he's finally getting it. Something we could never teach him when he was younger. He's finally done the one thing we always hoped he would. Tell us to all go fuck off and live his life. You know? Because there's a lot of us who are angry about what he did. You know? And a lot of people who can't forgive him for what he did. I will never forgive the act. I love my brother, but I will never forgive the act. And I'm not going to say what it was, but it wasn't so serious that he had to spend more than a year in very light jail. Today is your parole day, Gabs. Today is your parole day. Set yourself free. That's all that they want from you right now, is to communicate what your needs and wants are with your higher power. They want to be able to give you those things, but they need you to work through some of that shit you need to work through too. And you know you need to do this. You've been wanting to do this for yourself for a while anyway. Now is just time to say, I need to step up to the plate and do these things. 100. 1,000. Okay? And then your God card comes with a one card answer for you. So did you have a question for your higher power you wish they would answer recently? Yeah, it's time to stop procrastinating. My wife is a beautiful procrastinator. She loves to procrastinate to the very last second of everything sometimes. I love her with all of my heart, but I watch her struggle a lot because she doesn't take action when she needs to. Well, I don't know if it's a question you've had recently or not. It may be just something you thought, God, will you please just give me an answer to this already? And here's what they have to tell you. They just came to give you some advice that you really need to hear today. But you don't have to see this card. It's your first time here. You don't have to see it. I can put it away right now. You never have to see it. Or you can see it and maybe something is revealed to you. But this is the last time you get that option. Do you want to see it, or do you want me to put it away? This is all they want from you right now. Celebrate you. Celebrate your life with the people who keep supporting you. Be the person who lights the cauldron of change, and they will help you make your own soup. Not the soup that somebody else decided you had to be. Your beautiful soup the one that you present to people, that when they see you, it's time to celebrate yourself again and celebrate you. We need you to love yourself and celebrate you. We need you to have a day for yourself that celebrates you. We need you to have this day for yourself. We'd love you to have more than just a day. We want you to celebrate and dance and sing. We want you to be happy. If it's a spa day, if it's a sports day, if it's a vacation, whatever it is that will bring you some joy and happiness, it's time to celebrate you because you deserve it for all that you've done in this world. They're telling you it's okay. That's all they want. That's their message to you. Crypto, it is finally your turn, sweetie. So maybe it's just a message from your higher power, something you needed to hear today. Crypto is next. FK Sailor is next. Jing is third. And Mocking is last. Clearing the cards off for you. Thank you for being here today. Feel free to come back anytime you want. Okay? And I hope to see you again soon. All right. On to Crypto Girl. Crypto Girl to the reading room. Crypto Girl to the reading room. Good. Wonderful to see you. Welcome to my stars. You beautiful star, you. Crypto Girl to the reading room. Crypto Girl to the reading room. Crypto Girl to the reading room. Okay, while I'm waiting. I will do the one thing I needed to do. I'm pretty sure that's it. Okay, good. I'm just getting I'm just getting a discard here. Your Discord here. Press exclamation Discord EP, and you can get the you can get my Discord too if you're still around. I don't think you are though. Alexa, put a 3-minute timer on for crypto. Alexa, 3-minute timer. Okay, crypto, you now have 3 minutes.
Starting now.
She likes to disappear on me. I'll check my, once I say a new message has popped up. So you gotta wait 3 more minutes, 2 minutes left there. FKA, I know you're a first time chatter. So, there, I got that out of the way now. Now I don't have to worry about that anymore. Returning to chat. All right. So Crypto Girl's got 1 minute and 50 seconds, and then it will be your turn, FKA. Sailor. Your turn is coming up next, Sailor. Letting you know your reading room time will be coming up soon. I always try to give her 3 minutes, but I told she knows that she has to stick around, and she always does this to me. So I love her, but sometimes maybe she'll go to the end of the list. because she wasn't here. She knows my rules. Yes, you can. Just waiting for a reader to come in the room. They're almost done with their time, too, so. Crypto Girl, 1 minute left. Crypto Girl, 1 minute left. I promised I would get to everybody who is on my list, so I'm just going to put her to the end of the list. That's all. You have 30 seconds to respond, Crypto. 30 seconds. You have 10 seconds starting right now. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alexa, cancel timer. Okay, Sailor, into the reading room, Sailor. You're here. You're ready. Let's go. Jing, you're next. Mocking, you're next. Let me start to say welcome on in, Sailor. Throw me your numbers and your question of the day. So throw me your numbers and your question whenever you're ready there. Or general, whatever you want to know today. And I'll wait for them to tell me they're ready. Okay, they like it. Okay, they like it here. Do you have a question? Or general? I know you might be typing, so I'm going to give it a second here. Finish my smoke. What is that for? Who is that?
Megan.
Oh, that's Megan? Wow.
Took me back.
All right, here we go. Good. Should I let go and never come back, or should I stay and wait? Okay. Let's see what the cards have to say for you, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, God cards. 6, 7, 8, 9. I know how it happened. They flipped them up for a reason. All right, and here are your 13 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you want to know if you should stay or if you should go, right? And here is your answer, my friend. Okay, here we go. Wish my coffee was a little bit warmer. So here we go with your answer. First and foremost, I want to tell you that I feel your heart is very heavy right now. And this is very much weighing on you. You're really questioning this and really taking an honest, good look at it. What I want you to be aware of is that even if you stay, or even if you go, it's time to let go of the guilt of it all. You can't keep feeling guilty for what you feel you might have done. You have to let that stuff go. That is what's poisoning this from happening right now. You have to let go of that past and stop being afraid of being happy in your future. And I know that sounds like, why would I think that? Because we're all afraid of getting what we want and it being taken away from us. Sometimes we fear becoming a better person without the person we think is supposed to be the one. There was a woman before I met my wife, thought she was the one. She wasn't. She proved to me every step of the way and told me every step of the way she wasn't the one. I didn't want to listen to her. She kept telling me I didn't want to hear it. Until one day I woke up and saw her for who she really was. And then I had to walk away because I couldn't keep changing everything about me for her anymore. I had to be okay with finding someone that wasn't her and moving on and moving forward. And I kind of think that you know where this is going, right? That it is probably time for you to understand that the only way you really truly love someone is to let them go. If you love them enough to let them go, if they come back to you, you know it's true love. I let her go. She never came back. I tried to let her go. She won't let me go. So, but that's not bad news because this moment will forge you in a new, different way. It will empower you more than you think it will. It will set you freer than you think it will. That you will finally be able to mold yourself into something you can be proud of for you right now, sailor. And you can't keep living up to these expectations any longer. And that's what you keep trying to do. You're living for a dream that will never happen. You're living for that moment that will never come. She loves you, but maybe not that way. And can you be okay with that? Can you be okay with what you need to do next? Which is get into that wandering spirit where you set yourself free, where it's time to go explore new, beautiful things. Trust me, if she wants to be there, she will be there no matter what. You won't be able to get rid of her or him. Okay? But if they're there, they're there. If they're not, they're not. We all know when someone's there for us and when someone's not there for us. We can feel it in our bones. Maybe it's time to get into the lazy river and let the world and your destiny guide you to where you need to get off to be ready for all of that stuff that you need to finally understand and feel about yourself. That maybe you don't have to have a plan anymore. That you don't have to have this be the only outcome that could matter. And it's time to get off of that ride and get onto a new ride that will take you down the road a little bit and trust that your path is guiding you towards the one who will get you. And she can't see past this image that she has in her head of you. She can't see anything more than that little box of a window she's put you in. This is all she will ever see you as. I wish she could see you as more. I wish she could say, let me find out what's on the inside of this bad boy and break this apart so I can see the real reflection of what they're trying to show me. But they haven't shown you that back in return, have they? And you can't keep doing this anymore. It's not going to help you any longer. I wish I could be giving you the news you want to hear, but I'm here to tell you the truth, not to tell you something you don't need to hear today. And you have more love waiting for you than you realize. That the person coming next after this will be the thing you need the most. Because you have an example of what love doesn't or shouldn't look like in your eyes. My view is my view. Your view is your view. But what love looks like in your eyes. Okay? And it's time for you to see her beyond that image you've put her in. And once you break that image apart and really see what she's been reflecting back to you, I think you already know what she's been telling you. You're already in the list, Mocking. So, sorry to give you the news you didn't want to hear today, but that's what I'm honestly feeling, and that's what they're telling me to tell you. And I think once the rose-colored glasses come off a tiny bit, you might actually see why she would never have been the one. Okay? And I kind of think you have to take off those glasses a little bit here and really take another look and see what you actually really see now without those on. Because she changed. The last time you told me to have hope, what changed? She did. She changed. She made a choice in her mind. I can't control that. It's still free will here. That was a possible future to have hope, yeah, but not to give it so much hope that you wait for the rest of your life for it either. Ask yourself, how much longer are you willing to wait? Give yourself a timeline. Give yourself a day. You say, I will not wait longer than this. Or go do the hard thing and tell her how you feel. Ask her to do whatever relationship status you're ready for and see if she takes you by the hand and says, yes, let's go for it. But you don't have to listen to me. You can say, you know what, Prophet, you're wrong. This woman loves me. I'm going to go show her how much I love her, and she'll see that back in return. Because that's free will. You can go try that. I'm just telling you, you wanted the honest truth about whether you should stay or you should go. This is saying you should go. Because that's what you need to move away from to get what you really, really, really deserve. That's the advice. Take it or don't take it, but that's what they wanted me to tell you. Because I don't know what changed. You'd have to talk to her and ask her what's been going through her head recently. Because I'm not sure she's ready to share that with anybody. Not even the universe. She's keeping it very tight-knit. Why? She's been pulling away. I think this card might answer that question. Is she going to come for you? Is she the lesson you need to learn? Or have you learned your lesson and this is what you need? Choose. Is this the lesson? Is this you breaking the cycle that you've been in up to this point that hasn't made you feel all of this love? Or can you break the cycle and finally take your future into your own hands? Sailor. And that's what I mean. If you've learned from this and you've learned to overcome that, then that can be. But she's pulling away for a reason right now, and I don't know why she's doing it. You know, it feels like confusion and not feeling good about oneself inside and questioning some of the things she's been doing with her life kind of stuff. That's all I'm getting. And something changed that kind of, I don't know, made her double think things again and ask her what what she really wants. And sometimes you're not currently the answer. You could become the answer. Like I said, there is a timeline where I see you guys together, but that I see that timeline being her having to say, I'm going to come to you and then we're going to work through it together. She'll want to come to you, not you go to her. So if she's coming for you, she's coming for you. You'll know it. Within the next week, you'll know for sure. That's what they're telling me. You know, in at least 1 week, one way or the other. And this will, hopefully this isn't the lesson you need so that you can find the real love of your life. I hope that she is. The one and ready for it to give you that. But she's also understanding, is this person too good to be true? Or are you really good to be true. The thing she's been waiting for. That's a hard choice to say, I trust you enough to give you everything, when she has some damage there in relationships in the past. Well, that's what I'm saying, buddy. It shouldn't be a fight. It should be the easiest thing in the world. If she's the real one, it should be the easiest thing in the world. It should feel like it was already meant to be. It doesn't feel like that. I know what you are. I don't think she's ready for someone like you. I don't think she has learned her lesson. I don't think she's ready to see that someone as beautiful as you wants to love her, that she deserves to have someone like you in her life, questioning herself and her issues. And that's why she asked for the week. That's why I was saying all of that stuff before. Letting go of the past. Can she do that in order to move forward into the future? Can she see a positive way forward? Right? Do I have to pull up the cards again? Okay. Getting over that guilt. Forging a new path together as one. Not worrying about how long it's going to take to get there. Just letting the world bring you to where you need to be. And breaking free of that image that we've both had in our head of one another, so we can see the real person inside. See? God says it. God, your God card is basically saying, well, then learn from this. What have you learned? You know? What have you gained from this relationship you've never gained before? And if she's the one, trust me, nothing in this world will stop her from wanting to be with you. She will fight every instinct she has if she feels like you are really, truly the one. So, and I believe, like I said, after that week, you will know for sure. And right now, it's leaning towards you should probably walk away. That's where it's leaning as of right now. That doesn't mean it can't change in a week, okay? I'm just telling you where it is right now. So you have a understanding of where her thoughts are at this moment. Give her the time she needs, maybe that changes. That's all I'm saying. Okay? So remember, it's your choice and decision to make. I don't run your lives, guys. I just give you the advice. Whether you follow it or not is up to you. You put your future in your own hands. Today will be your best day ever because at least you tried. Because today you did say you were good enough. That you would be the kind of person she would want in her life. At least you know what you're ready for. Today is your best day ever, my friend. Clearing the cards off for you, Jingy, and then give me your numbers. We'll see what's coming for you and Isaac this time. Okay, they like it here. So what's coming for you and Isaac, okay? Jing knows this story all too well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. One God card for you, Jing. And the 13th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 for you. What's coming for you and Isaac? Would you do me a favor? Would you put a couple ice cubes in here to make it a cold coffee? 'Cause I can't drink it like the lukewarm or like that. It's just not. Oh.
Either hot or cold.
Yeah, either hot or cold, please. Okay, Jing, here we go with what's coming for you and Isaac. And I kind of know you know what this card means already. And you guys have to do this together. So it's claiming power time. Both of you have to claim what you want this relationship to be definitively. What you want it to be definitively is what needs to happen right now, Jing. You know what has come from the past. You know the future you face. But do you face it together? You need to do this as a couple to claim your power and tell the universe what you want it to be like. Both of you have to add your own mix into that. And then you finally have to own that path and walk that path like it has been your path your whole life. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's this time of understanding for you and Isaac. For where you understand where you stand and where it's going to be for now. It's a for now moment for you. So whatever it's going to be in the next coming in August, when you're working through all of that other stuff as well, that's when we start to prepare the right kind of soup to see if we can mix both of our lives together and still both enjoy each other's company and enjoy each other's love for one another again. Can we add the right ingredients to make this be the kind of relationship we want? And really talking about what that means for both of us. And then seeing it as if we finally reached the point where we accept it for what it is. We have reached that stage of maturity where we know who we are on the inside and outside. We know what we expect from one another. We know each other's boundaries. We know the level of love, honestly, how much we love one another, and knowing ourselves well enough to take the time we need to build up that momentum we need, because this is the momentum to blow the top off of that volcano moment we need to have, that creational moment of passion we need to have, that return of that really deep, passionate love. There has to be that explosive moment that you both just have. It's a natural thing that you guys are going to be doing together in the next what's coming for you and Isaac. So it's you guys definitively 100% setting down a new way of going about doing things. But it's a then if that's the way he's going to be, right? If he's going to ignore it all, then, and not work with you on that, then this will change, hun. But give him the benefit of the doubt for now that you were going to give him the opportunity to. You're going to give him the opportunity to choose you. To really choose you, Jing. You know? To prepare the soup of life, to add the right ingredients in. If there needs to be more love there, then expect more love. If there needs to be more communication, then expect more communication. If you need more of a support, then expect more support. If you need to have your own thing to do every once in a while, that's just for you, then do that. And if you love this person with your whole heart, then stop seeing the problems and issues of it and start seeing that this is the man he is. I either love him as is or I don't. For now. That doesn't mean that your crescendo moment isn't coming. You're building up the heat. You're building up that love so that it can finally blow the top off and be the exciting blowing you away kind of shit you want. And then your God card comes to say, celebrate life with him. Celebrate your life with him. Celebrate every moment you have with him. Every good moment you have. Every moment that you share together. Every time you do agree on something. Celebrate those times. Celebrate those ingredients that need to go into your soup of life. This is the cauldron being readied for you. And you and Isaac are right here. Opposite ends of one another. But you're both your masculine and your feminine sides need to come together in harmony. And you know that's just your God telling you it's time to give in to that? How does it build after you explode? Imagine a world where you finally get 75% of what you want from him. You get 75% of him. That 25% you will never get from him, that 25 ignoring percent of him you will never get, will either go away and his passion and love will rekindle and he'll fall in love with you all over again, kind of a thing. Or he'll explode and say, get out of my fucking life, and maybe then you can find real good love. You know, maybe he'll finally say, I can't do this anymore, and whatever. He's ghosting you because he's afraid to face what he doesn't want to face. He doesn't want it to change. A person who doesn't want to change will hide. A person who doesn't want to deal with will ghost. So why is he not ready to do that? He's not ready to celebrate life yet. You got to bring him into the celebration of it all. You know? And then build that life that you want. That life of claiming your power, of preparing the right way, of letting that be that you are the people you will be, and you're all going to be okay loving that person, and then letting that be the power that explodes within you. Because what happens when you hold something too tight for too long and something hides for too long? It can't take that pressure, and then all of a sudden it's boom. One way or the other, boom. Either you get the destroy the world volcano, or you get the creative, I'm going to make a brand new beautiful world volcano. I don't know which way it's going to go yet. Okay, Jingy? I think you and Isaac could work it out, but I think it's on Isaac's end. And I keep telling you, hon, that, and we keep talking about this over and over and over again, that you got to lower your expectations of him. He's never going to meet your expectations, ever. You either accept him as is and hope he can improve someday, or, you know, maybe it's time to think of other options. I don't know what's going to be right for you, you know? Mocking Mystic to the reading room. Mocking Mystic to the reading room. Crypto Girl, you are now last in place. My last reading for today. And I'm going to start to cleanse these cards off for Mocking Mystic. Mocking Mystic, are you here? Mocking Mystic to the reading room. Mocking Mystic to the reading room. Crypto Girl, if you're still around, please let me know you're here. Crypto Girl, Mocking Mystic, you now have 3 minutes. Alexa, start a 3-minute timer.
3 minutes, starting now.
You get 3 minutes. And Crypto, if you don't respond right after that, you're off of my list. You know, we can talk a little bit more here, Jing, because I do want to tell you what they were telling me about this situation is. You know how that's his default setting. You know that, right? That's his default way of responding to the world. When the world becomes too hard, he retreats. When the world becomes too much for him to handle, he hides. When he becomes too emotional and becomes too in his head and all of that stuff, he runs away. He hasn't fought for anything. He doesn't know how to fight for anything. He's given up in a lot of ways. That this is all it will ever be for him, and he's just happy to have what he has. Do you understand that? Then they're saying, do you love him unconditionally? Then love him unconditionally. Do you trust him unconditionally? Then trust him unconditionally. Can he be your committed partner? Then let him be that. And let everything else fall into place as it should. From you trying your best to show him how much you love him, and showing him what the bounty of loving you could be like, or he can run away again. And maybe this time he runs all the way. Because he's pretty much dealing with himself anyway, right? Nowadays, it's more him alone by himself, and you don't communicate as much as you want to because he doesn't want to communicate. Do you understand? He doesn't want to do all of the work it takes to make this work. Yeah, he doesn't want to try. He likes everything as it is. It's stagnant. You know, he's stagnant. He needs a fire lit under his ass. You know what I'm saying? So unless you're willing to light a fire under his ass, maybe not so literally, but you know what I'm saying? But maybe it's time to give him an ultimatum. Choose me or I'm going to leave. It might be that time, Jing. It just might be that time. But that's your choice to make, Jing. That's your choice to make, not mine, not his, yours. You can still be in the place you are in right now and stay exactly where it is right now. Or you can accept that he will never change. He will never become anything better. Yeah, you know. Alexa, cancel timer. Mocking Mystic, your timer has ended. Mocking Mystic. Last call, Mocking Mystic. Crypto. Crypto girl, are you here? Crypto girl, are you here? All right. That's it, Davey. That's it for Josh today. And that's the hardest part about all of this, Jing. You know all of this already. You've known this for a while. And I think you might need a good kick in your ass. I think you need to leave this man. That's my honest advice to you. I think you have a love waiting for you that's way better than Isaac. I'm sorry to tell you that. But from what they're telling me, he is never going to be the one you want him to be. He will be like this the rest of your life. Because he's complacent and he's immovable. He doesn't want to change. He likes things how they are. He just wants his comfort. He just wants his peace. He doesn't want friction. He just wants it to be easy. And since you're so welcoming to everything, and since you put up with everything, and because you do all of this stuff for him, and because you keep trying, he lets you stick around. If you stopped doing it, you'd probably be like so much garbage it wouldn't even be funny. So stop showing them that crap. Okay, you came back. Good. Because I was almost putting my cards away. You need to point it out to him. You need to light him on fire. You need to say, you know what? You're doing this to me. 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 And I don't fucking deserve that. Do you love me? Yes or no? Are you willing to do that or not? Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry about that then. That wasn't wasn't pushing through. That's Twitch, so. Hey, but you know what? That's why I try to give people time to get back in here, and I am willing to give you your reading. Okay? Because I promised you and you came back in, I'm giving it to you. Let me put this these butts in the can here real quick. Yep. Hey guys, Mocking Mystic really needs a spiritual ass kicking. Can you help me out here? Oh, really? They're laughing. Exactly. Why don't you get your numbers ready for me? I already know what you want to know. But Jing, you're absolutely right. And you don't deserve to feel like that anymore. You don't. Exactly. That's so you don't. He keeps you down just enough to not be confident enough to leave him. Do you understand? He puts you down so he can feel better of himself. He makes you feel less of yourself so he feels like he's achieving. He's using you. He's been using you. So say, this is my last text to you. I'm not contacting you until you contact me. If he comes back to you, you know the answer. If he doesn't come back to you, you know the answer. Maybe you should ignore him back. Show him what it's like to be ignored, Jing. Show him what it's like to be without you there. Go take a vacation away from this person. Give yourself time that you need for you. Please. I love you, Jing. You know I do. I'm going to get to doing what Mocking Mystic needs me to do here. Oh, Mocking Mystic's in trouble. Mocking, you're in trouble. You said you want me to put your light world on fire, right? And you're sure about that? Mocking Mystic, in case if your chat stops working, don't worry, I won't ignore you. I'm going to try to see if I can reload my chat here real quick. Okay, I refreshed my screen just in case it was on my end too. So I'm just waiting for the cards to tell me that they're ready for you. Yeah. So Mocking, yeah, I know you're here. Okay, so I'm just saying you're ready for this. You want that, your spirit ash kicking. You really want that. I'm just making sure you want that. Okay. Tell me when you're ready, guys. I'm giving you a journey layout reading. Oh, what is that? Ooh, about to find out. First of all, your 3 official shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Mocking. I give to you your journey layout reading, the most extensive reading I can give anybody here. Ready for this one, bad boy? Whoa. Oh, yeah. Do you need me to explain it to you, or do you want to just go? You're welcome, Jing. Have a beautiful day. Talk to you soon, okay? Your past path. What you need to be moving forward from and what you need to be moving on to. Right now, it is time to plant new seeds. Take what you've learned from the tree of life and spread it out into this world. Now is the time to use that knowledge that you've been given, to give that knowledge to others, to understand that your past has helped you define who you are as a person. It's time to plant those seeds down in the ground that you are ready to finally start to grow. Are you ready to take your brave step forward to plant a new way to grow in your life? Are you really ready for it? Because now is the time to sow those seeds. And now is the time to plant. So now is the time to set goals. Now is the time to understand what those goals are and why you want them. What is your weight? Where are we waiting at? What is your weight path right now? Right now, you're stuck in weight, deciding between different paths because you're ready for a new journey. Because you have made it home. You have built yourself up. You have built your life up to be what you want it to be. You put a good foundation down. You keep those walls nice and strong. They don't keep you too protected, but protected enough. That roof that keeps you protected from all the outside influences you don't need in your life. And you open that door and you're ready to walk out of that door for the first time to experience something new and different. A new world view, a new world way of seeing things for the first time. Where you choose to go now, I want you to know at this point, right now, this day, today is your Save Mario spot. Today is the day that if you go back to any bottom from this point forward, it will be the day that you came here today and realized everything you realized through this reading. So you have made it home. Now you must walk out that door and welcome what you wish back into your home. Time to go shopping, my friend, and get what you need to make the life you want. I ask you to make a choice before you. Would you like to know your hard path, your easy path, or your unseen path first? Which path do you need to see the most right now? And if you need me to explain them, I will. But I know you've been here enough to understand what those are. What is the hardest thing for you to do right now and overcome? You must see yourself as the beautiful flower you have always been. You're not a weed in the granite. You're not like a dandelion that needs to be weeded out. You were born a beautiful flower. You will always be a beautiful flower. You need to remind yourself every day how beautiful you are. Be determined in your path forward to claim that within yourself. And when you finally reach that spot, let it soak into your life so that those flowers can grow from those seeds you planted. Do you want your easy or unseen path next? I'm even going over time for you. That should make you feel really good. What is your unseen path? The one thing that you have yet to do, that you need to do for your unseen path, the bullshit you need to cut through is those little remaining holes you still have yet to heal within yourself. It's time to pick up the experiences you need to learn how to understand how to get through those things, how to repair those things, and give yourself the change that you need to fill that hole up with one of those choices. It's time for you to finally accept that you are ready to fill that within yourself. It's time for you to cut through the BS of it all and say, no, this is what I want for my life. I'm filling that hole of I need to be approved. I need to be accepted. I'm not worthy. Whatever your bad talk is, okay? I need to heal that part of myself by filling that hole and making sure that it doesn't leak into my life anymore. It could be the thing that you need to understand the most. It doesn't have to be easy and it doesn't have to be hard. It can be a path of both ways. Now, your easy path. The easiest thing for you to do right now is understand that you are in control of the world that you are living in. You do not have to walk around in sadness or grief or any other emotion you don't want to feel. You decide what comes into your sky and your world. You decide whether today is the day you rain, today is the day you clear it up, but you make that choice. And it's your choice to finally decide to move past those feelings and choose a better way forward. To choose the bright shining sun in the sky, which is what you are. You are the sky in this picture. You are not the clouds. The clouds are what's happening to you, not what you did to yourself. You can only do so much, but you control that sky. Now is the time to overcome those things and say, I am. I will be. I am those things. I statements. I statement. I statement. More of the I statements you need to make. Because maybe this is something that you felt like you could never get over, but you can. It's as easy as saying, today will be my best day ever. It's as easy as if you saying something that you make up your own mantra, your own way to wake up to the world every day to say, today will be the day I don't see those clouds anymore. Would you like to go down your leap of faith path next or your home path next? That is home or leap. Leap is about overcoming fear. Home path. What do you need to bring back within yourself or expel within yourself there, Mocking? It's time to bring back in that ancient knowledge we have been giving you up to this point. It's time to start to trust your intuition, to trust yourself, to trust that ancient knowledge that we gave you. This life that we gave you, these lessons we helped you get through, all of it is so that you can understand why we put you on the path we did, why we keep trying to guide you to that thing you want the most and how to get there. All you got to do is start to feel and understand that I have the answers within me. I've just got to learn to listen, because your guides are speaking through those voices right now and they're trying to guide you. So listen to that ancient knowledge, because that's what needs you to understand that you have that within you. Don't ignore that. What is your leap of faith? I love this card for you because it's so appropriate. What do you need to take a leap of faith in? It doesn't scare you, but yeah, it kind of does. Because if you take that leap and give yourself that moment to bask in the sun, finally flying free above the clouds in that awesome bat swing suit that you've got on, or that golden parachute that you've been wearing, or that wonderful soft smushy landing that's down below, that soft patch of really bouncy moss grass where everyone lands safe and sound on. It's time to bask in the sun again. It's time to bask along with those friends and people who make you feel like you are the most brilliant, beautiful person ever. It's time to get back around the people who show you how to live in positivity, to show you how to work beyond, to get beyond, to give people the reason to bask in the sun with you, to follow the sun around like a sunflower does all day long. You wake up in the morning, you see positivity, you end your night with positivity. Then you heal in the middle of the night when we sleep. and we rest and recuperate. Then we come back the next day even more energized, even more ready, and even more ready to empty and cleanse what we have been waiting to do. Bask in the sun. And that's all you have to do to be happy anymore. To just let yourself take it all in. And your last and final card there, Mocking, your Wandering Path card. The Wandering Path card tells you what you may not have thought of before. That may be something you need to hear. What do you need to start to wander in? Wander in that communication. It's okay not to communicate every single day with whatever you got going on. Sometimes you don't need to have a plan. Sometimes you just got to communicate your needs in the moment. What you actually need and not what you want. What will fill you up inside, not what will keep it patched for 5 seconds. I love a sugar cookie too, but that won't feed me. That will give me enough energy to make it through, maybe, yeah. But it will not solve everything for me. I have to communicate like a vine does. With every part of me, we have to do that in a physical, mental, and spiritual way. Learn how to communicate better. That might be what you're missing that you aren't getting right now in your life that might help you in your journey. So let me recap. Because it's important we recap. Plant those seeds, for your garden is ready. Outside that home in which you've chosen to be. You have become the beautiful flower. Realize that's who you were born to be. This will be the change you need to have to fill those holes up so you can move beyond that depression and find a better way forward. So that you can hear that ancient knowledge inside and bask in the sun once more. So you can finally get the communication you need to finally get your life on track of where you want to go. And that is your journey, spiritual, ass-kicking reading. And they want to slap you on the face and say, wake up, it's your time. Kind of like we're going to smack you on the face 2x4, but it's a light 2x4. Any questions? Then let this reading cycle be done. I want to thank you all for being here, guys, and giving me your time, because that is the most precious gift you can give me. That's why they're free readings. That's why I don't charge for my readings, so that I can be the sounding board you need, because I can be that person you need to hear from. And it's times like these when we realize that our path isn't as hard as we think it is, and we finally come to terms with where we're heading next. I'm dealing with this as well. I'm about to turn 50 here in September, and I'm facing mortality for the first time. I've never been scared of death. Death is not the thing I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of being forgotten. I'm afraid of not being accepted by people. I'm afraid of a lot of different things. But I know that those are just parts of me that I have left to heal. And that's nothing that anyone here can do that for me. But you give me the opportunity to fill those holes every day that I'm here. So thank you for that. Because you are the people, you are my community, you are my beautiful stars. The reason I call you stars is because you're all beautiful in my eyes. I can't distinguish one star from the other. You're all too beautiful to me. So I want to thank you for being here today. And we're going to go find someone to raid to. And I just got to bring up Twitch here and see where we're going to go and stuff like that. Because I want to see who's out there who could use a little bit of love. Maybe someone who just needed You know, a little bit of a boost maybe, or someone we've been to a couple of times. Who knows? We'll see who's out there. So I'm looking for people who's a friend of mine who might not get as many people in their chat sometimes. Sometimes I go to places where that. Well, I don't. Well, I could do that. I can take you back to another really young tarot reader. I'm gonna try to see about doing a collab with her, and I have another person I want to try to do a collab with as well. I really like this new reader, so I think I will go there. I don't know. I love her energy. She is a very good vibe. I will definitely have to shout her out before we go there. Her name is Lyra TV, and I'm going to shout her out. Give me a second. But this is where we're going to go today. I might even get a reading from her today. But I might get something to eat first. So that's where we're going to go, guys. If you guys want to follow along and give me your attention, give her 5 minutes of your time. That's all I ask. Please go self-care and take care of yourselves if you need to. Please go do what is right for you today and have the best day ever, guys. I truly appreciate it. Raid message number 1 is for non-subscribers, and raid message number 2 is for raid number 1. Raid is for non-subscribers. Raid 1 is for subscribers. Ignore the pot one. That was just for people when we go raid our 420 friends. So whichever way you want to drop in there and say hello, I'm going to give her a different one. I give her that one all the time. Let me give her a different one for a change. So we're going to go start raiding her, and I don't even have to worry about bringing her up anymore. So we're going to start that raid, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm not playing any outro music, so we'll see you when we see you guys. Love you.